Hello everyone, and welcome to Ready Steady Crits Dragon Heist. I am, as always, your Dungeon Master, Harna, and joining me, let's start off with the boy who lived, Bosco.
Hi guys, my name's Lux. I play Bosco, Longflower Brownieback, who's a halfling artificer. And I thought I'll go next to the person who Bosco calls his best friend, who is to my right.
Hi everyone, my name is Will Sword, and I play Sullivan, a shifter rogue. The party most honest guy, shall we say. And I'm gonna go to the person above me on stream.
Who's that?
Uh,
I don't have the screen on.
That'll be you, Gabriella.
Oh, hello. I'm Adam. I'm playing my usual resident warlock, human Gabriella. Back at it again after a few sessions of Spelljammer. Lovely to be back.
And last, and potentially least, depending on how everybody is measured up, you've got me, I'm Rob. I play Logan Margaster, human paladin, an all-round friendly fist. Oh, that's good pizza. I get distracted by food very easily.
Do you have enough
Not
time
in
the whole session?
character, only IRL.
Alrighty, so when we last left off, a lot had happened. A fireball had rocked the outside of the old familiar, and several people were actually killed by it. The city watch got involved, as did a few griffin riders, and after doing their own minor investigation and discussing a little bit with some helpful inspectors, they were able to put together some pieces of the story. They believed a metal man of some description that they summarized that might be a nimble right after visiting the, I believe it is, the Temple of Gond, where they met a nimble right called Nim, who, although he could not speak, they were able to discern based on his physicality that he was not the one that they were looking for. He was definitely not the nimble right they were looking for, indeed. This inspired them to venture out, and after finding out where Nim was originally purchased from, Captain Zord of the Sea Maiden's Fair, the party headed down to the dock ward to discuss with Captain Zord, and while doing so, they were going to acquire the information they would need to find out who the nimble right that caused this attack may have belonged to. Oh, pardon me, I've been up from the crack of dawn. The party all kind of bonded together with that goal in mind, and did all separate minorly while they're enjoying a nice dinner with Captain Zord, who, long and short of it, after they told him the real reason why they were inquiring about the nimble rights as opposed to wishing to purchase one, he did share that the owner of the nimble right, that the description that they had found from the crime scene, was none other than the one he'd sold to the Gralhund family, House Gralhund. However, after Sullivan was caught stealing the captain's spellbook from his captain's quarters, ratted out by another nimble right who had been serving them earlier, the group found themselves on pretty bad terms with Captain Zord, who gave them a handkerchief which had some initials on that the party recognized as something that they were perhaps looking for. Informed them that their business would be no longer required, and they were kicked off the ship to swim back to shore as opposed to being rowed out. On their swim back, something came out of the water to them. A huge dragon, which in the dark, the color was hard to tell, yet it was able to introduce itself, a very, very friendly dragon indeed. And the party were actually given a lift by said dragon all the way back to shore, under the pretext that they would help the dragon with something. The dragon had seen something attached to the bottom of the Eye Catcher, the ship the party had just left, and asked them to investigate for them. This was the dragon Zelapharn, and he was very curious about this strange thing that was underneath the ship attached to it, and He said he'd keep an eye on the ship. Whenever they next were able to investigate and find anything out, he would seek them out to learn whatever they had found out. The party, sodden, tired, and all round done for the day, returned back to the old familiar and slept. When you all rise, it is the 23rd of chess, and I ask, what would you like to do?
Well, Gabriel is probably one of the first people up, probably preparing some breakfast for the others, or helping out in the kitchen at least, just checking on business. Maybe chatting with some patrons.
Yeah, it's not overly busy because it's, still early hours in the morning. But yeah, like it doesn't take long for people to kind of be up and about, and your breakfast trade isn't incredible. No one's breakfast trade is incredible. But it's not empty.
Oh. I'll probably come down next. So, what we got today then, eh? What have you cooked up?
Well, I didn't cook up anything. I just grabbed a few things off the trays. How did you sleep? Good night after our long swim yesterday.
Oh yeah, perfect. Me and Google cuddled up. It was nice and sweet.
Oh, that's good to hear. Hell, today we have another long day ahead of us. Seems we have to visit the Gralhunds.
Yeah, should we not head over to the don't mind my French, but the bitch who threatened us? Who said that if we don't join them, they'll rat us out?
Who?
The Black Tower? Is it Black Tower?
Oh yes, I will. I was actually planning on heading to report to the dragon. You feel free to join me if you wish.
And what about didn't she give us the mission to find that handkerchief as well?
To find what?
The handkerchief?
No, the handkerchief was from somebody else. No, I think it was a patron that gave that to us.
Oh.
But I do recall that she did task us with investigating the dragon that we've met.
Did we get an invitation for a dinner for the? I think is it for the Rosewell family? No,
The Castellanters. You received an invitation to join them for dinner.
And we also have the Castellanter dinner waiting tonight, so we have to fit all the business that we had in. We have for today before that.
Well, I mean, we could always try and wake the other two up if they're already asleep.
This one will probably just be coming down the stairs. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you doing today? There was a lot of swimming we had to do.
Yeah, I wonder why we had to do that swimming.
No, I don't know. Listen, I don't know how the thing appeared on me. I swear it wasn't me.
Yeah, sure. Right.
It's just sometimes things just appeared, But I was very, very curious with this.
Sure. Anybody see Logan? He alive? And well, or?
I'm pretty sure I heard him snoring upstairs. I'm pretty sure I heard him snoring upstairs somewhere.
You care to go wake up? We have got business today.
Perhaps.
And I don't escalate it into a fight, okay? I just want a pleasant...
No, with me? No, never, my friend, never.
Yeah.
I'm a peaceful man. I don't like fights. I avoid them. Pretty much try to run away pretty much all the time.
That we kind of agree on, yeah.
I'm gonna go upstairs and wake him up. And I go upstairs and I check the door to see if it's open.
It's locked.
I try to lock the door.
Go for it.
Where's my thing? There's sleight of hands in it. Yo. A 20.
Yeah, the door will unlock a DC 15 lock.
Okay. Before this, I would have got like a bucket of water from downstairs.
Okay. A pail of water.
I would have taken that off him before he went upstairs.
I would have done like stealthily.
Make me a stealth check then.
I'd be
Stealthily carrying a bucket of water behind no cover, just tiptoeing.
Bosco, I'm pretty sure you see him carrying the bucket of water pretty clear as day.
I'll just make Google literally hover right in front of him.
Maybe he just wants to brush his teeth. I'm just being nice.
Yeah, with a bucket of water after being told to go wake up Logan.
If he wants to brush his teeth, he can get the water himself, and Google will try and take the bucket.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, since that I'll go upstairs, I'll lock the door, then I'll sneak in.
And the door's jammed shut. So it's unlocked, you turn the handle, you start to push it, and it moves a little bit. But there's something behind the door.
Maybe hit something.
Okay.
Let me guess. So,
hello, it's me. Breakfast is ready. The door is unlocked, so just tried to come in, but there's something blocking the way. I'm sorry. Yes, breakfast ready downstairs.
there's a slight shuffling of papers. It's like, okay, and if I'm not hungry, just leave me to it. It's fine.
Okay, my friend, but I can't guarantee the food's gonna be there when you come down, huh? Just saying.
Well, you certainly need to pile on the pounds, knowing you, so go, have at it.
Okay. Well, since you say that, my friend, I'll see you in a minute. Oh, by the way, they also want to discuss the plan for today, so, you better wake up anyway.
I mean,
then I go back to...
I'm quite clearly awake. Listen to me. You don't sound like this after you've just woken up, do you? Do you?
I'm afraid you talk away sleep, so I can't tell if you're sleeping or awake, so for me it doesn't matter. It sounds all the same.
I talk in my sleep, is that true? Okay. How?
My friend, and what is sleep?
How very interesting.
You're more like a moaning when you're sleeping. It's quite disturbing sometimes, I have to say.
No, I can assure you that was not me sleeping. I was very much awake for that.
Oh, that's even worse, my friend. That's even worse.
And you chose to listen.
I had no choice. It was so loud. They were covering my ears, and I still couldn't hear it. It was terrible. Anyway,
Right.
I'm going downstairs now.
I'll be right down.
And don't forget to put your pants up as well. Good now.
Lock the door on your way out. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? It's not just the other way.
Yeah, of course, no problem. I shut the door, but I don't lock it. Just go downstairs.
He'll just kind of mutter, prick, as you walk away. Whether you hear it through the keyhole or not, it doesn't matter. And then about 5 minutes later, Logan will come down.
Perfect. Logan makes his way downstairs to the group.
Good morning, Logan. Slept well?
Isn't it? Sure. Yes.
Splendid.
Why not?
Alright. Well, we have a lot on our plate today, so we better get to it. Care for tea? Anybody?
I have some coffee, please. Black.
She'd probably have a tea tray with some coffee and tea just pour out to anybody who wants.
I'll just have a milk.
Fair enough. So, for today, I believe we do have to visit the Black Staff, as she did task us with investigating the dragon that we met by chance yesterday. And the sooner we get to tell that to her, the better, because, I don't want to mess with that person. Secondly, we need to head to investigate the Nimblewright, apparently in the possession of House Gralhund. And last but not least, we still have the dinner with the Castellanters pending, so ideally, we should finish all of this before dinner time.
So Castellanter, the dragon, and what was the third one, sorry?
The Nimblewright, the one that blew up our
Nimblewright.
town.
And how about this strange thing that the dragon saw underneath the ship?
I think that's not of such a high priority for us at the moment.
I'm pretty curious as to why that
Don't
thing is
don't
there.
get me wrong, I'm also curious, but we have a murderous Nimblewright on the loose, a noble family asking us to help save their daughter of some sort. Also, they seemed rather not too inclined to wait for us, and, we also have the Black Staff of Waterdeep waiting for our report, so... yeah.
Listen, we have a literal halfling who creates eldritch horrors for fun. Okay. A ship having a little underwater ship under the water is not really quite so out there. surely.
It is an interesting feat of technology, but yes, it is not that unusual to be the top of our priority list. I do agree.
But then again, did you see the things they had on their ship? So it could be extraordinary to say the least.
Also, might I add that our relationship with the crew and captain of the of the Luskan fleet is tenuous at best.
Oh, why is that, Gabriella?
I
Could you
do
care
want
to
to-
remind me? Let's talk loudly for a few moments about why that got shat on.
I would very much love to indulge that, but I just woke up and I don't have the emotional strength to continue berating Sullivan for his
that's fair.
misdeeds.
It gets a little tiring.
It does. Anyways, the plan I propose is to report to the Black Staff, as that shouldn't take us too long, hopefully. And
I
then
think maybe we should not report the dragon just yet. Maybe we should see
And
what the dragon
why
wants,
not?
and then report the dragon.
the dragon seemed very much good in nature. I don't see what could go wrong reporting him. She
No,
only
you never know. Dragons, I don't know. Dragons are usually.
He gave us a ride for a quite long distance, plus ashore, and gave us even a job offer. I think that he's not a danger to the city, and the sooner the Black Staff knows that, the sooner they'll have them off their hit list.
Maybe. What if it's just maybe the Black Staff is after this dragon, so she wants to know about this thing underneath the ship?
Well, why not?
Maybe. How about if we go there first and just to have a quick look around? I'm not saying to do it now, but
you mean the
we do it.
submarine?
We do it before. We do it before we tell the Black Staff about our encounter with the dragon.
I'm not sure if you look at it like this. The sooner we get this to the Black Staff, the better. And the submarine, the thing under the ship is not too high on our priority list.
And I'm saying, I don't say go there now, but just
I just don't
just delay a little bit.
Sullivan, I'm going to tell you something that clearly you didn't hear for the first formative years of your life. No.
But why?
Look,
There could be treasure there. There could be something. Dragons like treasure. There must be a
Not
shitload of
everybody's
treasure or something
motivated
special in
by
there that the dragon wants to know what is, and he can tell.
I think you're getting well paid enough for the work you do. You don't need treasure on top of that as of now.
Oh, how about you get more money?
Personally, I think he's overpaid. He's kind of actively hindering
a fair
everything we
point.
fucking try.
Anyway.
Honestly, if there was ever some fucking suggestion that this group had a bill, I'd be pointing my finger at him.
Anyways, Buster, do you have an
Dodgy.
opinion on this?
No.
Or,
Well, I'm not
This is
gonna
fucking
lie.
breakfast.
Yeah. As much as I want to explore this curiosity under the ship, I don't think it's a priority right now. I would like to visit Plume's Needle though, to see a friend is okay.
I did. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. I think it's on the way to the Black Staff.
And on top of that, we can always, ask Mrs. Plume to fix up our suits for the meal, for the dinner. We gotta look like our
Yes,
best
indeed.
by presenting ourselves with nobles.
That is a very good idea, Bosco. I think we should do that on the way there. So, 3-1 vote on this. On going to the Black Staff first, investigating the Gralhunds, and then heading to the Castellanters.
Yes, agreed. Seconded, whatever it is.
Wonderful. Well, I suggest that we finish our breakfast pretty fast because we do indeed have a lot on our plate today.
Mr. DM, do we know anything about the Castellantes?
Make me
I
a
can't
history
afford it.
check with disadvantage because you're not a local.
Could Gabrielle make one as well as a local?
You can make a flat
We-
roll.
we-
Do you have it, Gabriella?
We know one thing about the Castellantes, don't we?
They're rich as fuck.
About the Black Viper.
That was a hoax, wasn't it?
So, I'm trying to remember.
The Bosco. Yeah, you remember there was a mention of the of the Castellanters from the Waterdeep Gazette. The rumor that perhaps one of the female members of the family was the Black Viper, and we was some kind of horrible I believe that the terms he used were things like I'll pop up the exact account he gave you earlier, because this is something you remember.
Let me see.
Or who gave you this quest? That will help me find out. Yeah, so it was Gaxley Rudderbust. He told you that the Black Viper is actually a secret evil twin sister of Amalia Castellanter, who wears a mask to hide some horrific scar. And yeah, that was his kind of like, what he tipped you off about them. Other stuff you've heard is that, yes, they are very, very wealthy indeed. They're probably one of the most rich in the whole family. They've actually made their fortune in banking, money lending, etc., etc., etc. Kind of all throughout. You would know that they probably date back a significant amount of time, just based on their roots and the kind of like general goings on. And you would know that Amalia is kind of like the current lady of the house in a sense. She's not the matriarch by any means. The patriarch is a gentleman who I believe is actually passed on. So yes, it would be the Lord would be Victoro Castellanter. He's like the Lord of the family, and he's yeah.
Gotcha. And that's just right, Gabriella, you're from the Castellanters, aren't you? Oh,
Rodners.
Oh, Rosners, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
she's not related to the Castellanters. I mean, Gabriella, common knowledge for you. Caldorn Castellanter, he was the Open Lord like a while ago, like back in the 14th century. That was like over 100 years ago. But yeah, you would it's kind of remembering, like, Winston Churchill was the president, like was the prime minister, kind of the information, like, the name, roughly. You don't know much about what they did when they were like when they were Open Lord, but yeah, you're roughly aware. That's pre Never Ember being Open Lord. So it's a long time ago.
Well,
The Castellanter is still quite well off.
yeah, we should probably get ourselves fixed up, maybe even go to get a shave or a haircut, I'll leave that up to you, before we head there. They are, after all, pretty high nobility here. But yeah, first things first, black staff, so not sure about you, but I'm good to go. And she probably starts cleaning up her plate and getting ready to head out.
Perfect.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh,
Right. Grab a slice of dry toast and chomp it down.
Let's just pop by Plumes in on the way there and head on.
alrighty. So Plumes
It's
is
not quite on the way.
yeah. Hers is down, kind of in the trade ward, so you can take a really long detour, kind of like a big loop all around.
Oh, I mistook the tailor place. My apologies.
Yeah, she's down like in the trades ward.
Yes.
So the black staff is kind of over in the black staff is kind of over in where is she? She's kind of like in the castle ward.
On second thought, sorry, I misplaced Plume's shop. I think we should head there, perhaps after we saw, maybe between the Blackstaff and the Gralhunds, or between the Gralhunds and the Castellanters. It is on the other side of town. My apologies, I must have not slept enough.
I'm gonna put you guys on the main map screen so you guys can actually get your bearings here. So,
I mean, we could always take a carriage there.
I don't know if you were given an address for Gralhund Villa from Captain Zord, based on the minor disrespect you did
I
him.
think we got an address with the thing, didn't we?
If not, we could probably find it in a Black Tower.
Wouldn't be
Sure,
that
give it to
difficult
us.
to find out, so I will mark it for you. The Gralhund Villa is right next to you guys.
Huh.
Oh, oh no.
That's the whole thing. The reports were the metal man went east after
Oh.
the attack, which also backs up the possible thing that if you just kept going east, you could have potentially stumbled across it.
Well,
The Castellanters are on the far side. And Blackstaff Tar is all the way down. I think good down there.
Well, all I'm trying to say is that if we are going to get our suits touched up and stuff, probably better to do it early while she has more time.
That is all right. Yeah, fair enough. We can take the detour. Carriage seems fine.
Alrighty, you take your carriage.
That's how much? How much silver?
That is going to be for just a trip down the Little Plumes and probably 2 silver pieces.
Cool. I'll cover it.
No complaints here.
Oh yeah, sorry. All right. Well, are you just fixing up her clothes, or maybe getting a new design while we'll be waiting?
I can't afford that. I'm very poor, Gabriella.
Oh, my apologies. I've been saving a bit lately.
I was gonna touch this one up a little bit.
But yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. I mean, you find yourself, doesn't take you long to head down to Bloom's Needle, kind of the south side of the trade ward. You're greeted by the familiar little ding of the bell as you step inside the quite quaint shop. The little small shop front has got a few mannequins in it, all dolled up in the latest fashions. There's that raised platform in the back, and you see busied away at a sewing machine. You see a kind of like just past middle-age female tabaxi. She's probably kind of pushing their 60s or so. And yeah, you don't see anyone else in the shop at this time. She kind of looks up as the bell rings and kind of gives a little smile.
Good afternoon, Miss Plume. Good morning. My apologies.
Ugh, don't worry. Mornings are not always my strong suit. What can I do for you all?
We are just if you could help us a bit. We need to do a little touch up on a few of our outfits. We'll be heading to a very prestigious villa tonight.
Of course. What is it you need done? Just some basic tailoring, some touch-ups, some... You probably pulls out... I've seen Logan probably wearing the clothes the night before. You're still wearing your bit tattered, wet clothing that was damp and a bit damaged from the swim.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, she's I'll see what I can do.
Yes, basically a touch-up, maybe, basically that. A bit clamoring up.
Okay, she basically she goes through each of your outfits kind of in turn, and they goes when is the dinner?
This evening.
Okay.
Yes. My apologies for the short notice. We also been informed rather shortly.
Bosco just smiles.
This won't do at all. Wait. Okay. Let's see. And she begins going over to a few racks and things. She begins picking off a few things in your sizes, and she finds things that are similar to your basic kind of outfit, but maybe a bit more grander or a bit more reserved, depending on what you're looking for. Not the same clothing, but something kind of on your style, in your kind of already existing style. She's not trying to style you up in the latest fashion. She's going with what you have and what you know.
Nice.
And once she takes it, she's right, I won't be able to have your normal outfits ready for this evening. They'll need a little bit more work, but I can have alterations made to these off the rack, and they'll be ready to pick up probably, let's say, 2 hours before sundown, just around 5 p.m.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much. How much do we owe you?
These are on me. Thank you.
Oh, no. Thank you, but I do insist at least on a bit. And she hand her a gold piece, or 2 gold pieces.
Takes it. This will cover the materials, at least. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
generous.
We thank you again.
Before we go, I do like the thing you let me on borrow, but do you have anything with flames on it?
Wait, as in flame pattern, or something that is magically enchanted to have fire?
Yeah, no. Oh, that could be cool.
I don't have anything like that. That you want to go to one of the major shops. I can sew on felt to make it look like there are flames, on the sleeves and on the.
No, what I want is, could you get our logo of the old familiar on the back of my suit, and then can you have flames going on around the edge of it? I'll circling it.
Are you trying to make some humor about the horrible accident that happened at the front of your tavern yesterday morning?
No, I just think
Bosco, I think you should have thought
I
that
don't,
one
I don't
through.
think that would be the most ideal thing to do at the moment, my
Yes,
friend.
perhaps.
I mean, I can certainly do it if that's what you want. I mean, I'm not here to judge. I'm just checking that's definitely what you want to bring to some kind of, event.
I'll give it 1 gold straight away. If that's enough, that's enough.
Okay. She's like, I can certainly, I'll get embroidering now.
I'll get Bosco to pull out my bright orange suit.
Okay. Bright orange suit. Takes it. I'll, work on magic.
Fantastic.
We could get you some sort of guardianship for your money because I mean, fucking hell.
I mean, I can look after your money if you want.
Sorry, Gabriel.
I can certainly look after your money. Just saying, if it's an option.
Alright, well, that's settled. Well, now it's off to the Blackstaff. Woo.
You guys are heading off to Blackstaff Tower. So you get another carriage, or are you walking?
Get into the carriage. Logan will cover this one.
This would only be silver because you're only going across one.
While that happens, Bosco will tip the taxi man one bronze.
Yep.
One copper.
He'll take the copper piece. Thank you, mate.
No, I ain't all in day one.
You guys hop off the entrance of Blackstaff Tower. You see the familiar kind of like doorway there with the knocker on it that animates as you approach.
Good morning. We'd wish to speak with the Blackstaff. Still no report on all the jobs that she gave us.
Okay. Then the knocker swings out and hits himself in the face, and the door swings open. You step inside the familiar tower. You see the long spiral staircase in the middle, the various floating doors around, in this arcane wonder. Eventually, one of the doors does kind of like align itself with the stairwell. The pathway cuts across, and you see Vajra kind of walk out.
Good afternoon. Good morning, guys.
Good morning indeed. What can I do for you?
We just wish to give a quick report on one of the tasks you gave us, the dragon in the harbor.
Ah, yes, you moved quick. What have you found out? You managed to find it so far, or just...
Indeed, we encountered it by chance. It seems to be an amphibious dragon, jovial and rather kind in nature. We didn't manage to see the color of its scales, sadly, because it was nighttime and we weren't in, how to put it, a place to light a torch. We were basically in the middle of the harbor for the various reasons. But one way or another, we encountered this dragon, and he seemed very much friendly, even gave us a ride back. And as for what he is after, he seems to just fish out things from the bottom of the harbor and call them his treasures and keep them for himself.
Alright, okay.
I'm not sure what kind of dragon he is as a color, and I'm not an expert on these things, but he did seem friendly and harmless.
Perfect. Well, she kind of like goes into a small little like pouch in her belt and produces a slightly smaller pouch from it and goes like, I think this will be a just reward, and she offers it out.
Thank you.
The pouch has no weight to it like you would expect gold in there. And when you pick it up, Gabriella, there's almost no weight to it at all.
Oh. Interesting. She opened up for the other party members to see.
There is what looks like just a pouch of sand.
Is this...
I don't get it.
I presume this is something other than a pouch of sand?
I will start casting...
Most astute.
I was going to say, I'll start ritual casting detect magic.
As you are doing it, she simply will explain. This is a dust of dryness. This small pouch actually contains 10 pinches of the dust. If you take a moment, you can sprinkle it with water. It turns an area of water in about a 15-foot side cube shape into one marble-sized pellet, which will float in here with the dust really sprinkled. The weight is negligible in comparison to what it was. You can then smash that pellet on a hard surface, causing it to shatter, and all of the water is released.
Fascinating. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Bosco, I think you should have this, or at least to study it. We might want to give all of us a bit of the sand later on, but for now, she just passed him.
I'll get Google's hand to come out of the bag to grab it. Put it in.
I also had those 4 potions of water breathing sent to your tavern. They've probably only just arrived. I only sent them this morning. It seems like you are ahead of me, but you're welcome to those as well to use as you need.
Oh, thank you very much, Blackstaff.
Very welcome indeed.
Well, that is number 2 for my checklist now. Well, thank you for your time and have a nice day.
Right, you all gain 1 renown with 4 scry.
Ooh.
That puts you on renown level 2 with 4 scry.
Ooh. Right, so now it seems the Malgastas are our next line of business. Malgastas, Gralhunds, my apologies. So many noble houses here, it's hard to keep track.
Don't get us fucking confused again, okay?
I will do my best.
But
You
the
do
question
better
is,
than
it's all nice and all, but do we actually have a plan? Are we just gonna just rock up like, yo, your robot killed everyone?
Yes, basically just that. We've not really planned beyond it. Normally, just send me in, I'll wing it, and it'll be fine.
But
Sure.
plan might be a good idea.
I think we go in and say, oi, or whatever those ruffian nobles would say, your robot killed people, and then just see what happens.
Or how about we try to first arrange a meeting? Just come like.
Oh, so arrange a meeting so that we can go,
Yes, basically.
thank you for coming to our meeting, oi, your robot killed people.
Yes, I just don't want to, have an argument with them on their front lawn. So better.
No, I'd make sure we're inside.
Oh,
before I
fair
said,
enough. Yeah.
Oi,
Yeah.
your robot killed people. Yes.
Yeah.
What did they say?
What about the people behind us? Could they not help us? Get permission to get in or something?
Sorry,
Blackstaff.
what was that?
Blackstaff?
Don't Blackstaff have power? Maybe they
That is
can help us.
Fair point.
Maybe we can ask them to help us arrange a meeting or, arrange some sort of entry to the villa. Let's say they're under investigation. Pew.
Hmm.
And
Well,
if they don't agree with it, I'll shoot them with my cannon. I mean,
I guess we're heading back inside then.
If I at least see one of those documents, I can create one almost identical for some kind of search
First, let's
warrant.
try to get a document of that nature. Then let's try to forge
I
it.
just have to study for 2 minutes and then I'll be able to create one.
Hmm.
If it's an option.
Perhaps it will come in handy. Maybe we should see what the Blackstaff has to say. How about that?
Sure.
I should just go and knock on the door again.
The knocker groans as you knock and slam it on his face. And the door once more swings open, and you see she's only halfway up the stairs. She turns around and is like, "We get something."
Yes, we are did you hear about the explosion in front of our tavern?
I believe I heard something of it. A fireball went off.
Indeed, we are making an investigation into that. So far, it seems that the Nimble Right managed to pull that fireball off with some kind of magical item. And the Nimble Right that did it seems to be in the possession of House Gralhund. Is there any way we could get some document to allow us to investigate their property for this Nimble Right?
I could seek out a warrant to grant you access, but that's going to have to go for the watch. And it will probably require a few members of the watch to join you, or maybe even risk. They will probably try to take over the investigation. I know that Barnabas has kind of been heading up the fireball investigation as it's been going on.
All right.
It's definitely
So-
doable, and he wouldn't necessarily have full jurisdiction, but he would definitely want to. He would definitely
Alright.
want to be involved.
Understandable. How long would you estimate that could take? Days, hours?
At least a day to get it through. I'd have to get Lariel to get it approved, and she may have to even seek approval from the Masked Lords. Something like that level approved. A warrant on a noble house has to have pretty solid evidence, which I'd need you to provide to me in full as well, so I can put together a full argument for the case.
Okay, maybe not then.
Maybe.
I'm happy to bite my tongue if you think there's another way for you to go about that.
Yes. I think we'll try our own way first, and then if worst comes to worst, we'll deal with the red tape.
Indeed. Force Grey, it's a lot easier to clean up a mess after it's been made. You know, than trying to clean it up before it happens.
Fair enough. Thank you for laying out the options for us, and apologies for disturbing me again.
It's not like we make a mess anyway, is it? After Sally.
No, never.
You are, I remind you, only members of the Grey Hands. You're not Force Grey. You're not quite as untouchable as that unit. I can obviously get you out of most situations, but if you do some things like kill nobles or anything silly like that, it will make it more time-consuming to get you off.
we don't
I
ban
am
killing.
staring at Bosco.
What about if your claim is a self-defense?
If you can prove it in court, then it shouldn't be that much of an issue. But again, you probably would still be looking at doing some prison time until the court case came around. You know, I'm sure you're used to that procedure, Sullivan.
No, we are not killing any nobles, Sullivan. Bosco. Not even in self-defense.
It might get a bit toasty, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give you a warrant to raid a noble's house today, but nothing's stopping you from approaching the gate, asking for an audience, knocking on the door. Who knows?
Yes.
You have at least one noble in your party. She gestures to Logan, and if so, you all dress well enough. Maybe they will genuinely believe you are some kind of representative, or otherwise. If you get invited in and find more evidence, that will make following up, making arrests and various things like that easier. Again, make it if there's more concrete evidence, letters exchanged. Something with someone's seal on it, signatures, anything like that that can loop them in to prove that this fireball incident is linked to something that they have, or of you say it's a nimble right, one of those constructs the Luskan have, right? So if we can prove that they have that and it is the one, we can pin it to the scene of the crime. Maybe find. You said it used an item to cause the explosion, the fireball.
Do you have any more details on that? I'm not too big with the arcane as it is. Oscar?
What's that, sir?
Do you have any more details on the item the Nimblewright used to blow up our tavern?
Do you mean what the bead on fireball? Necklace of fireball?
That's what it was. My apologies.
Yes, a necklace of fireball, of course, would let you cast the fireball. So if you could find that in the home,
Oh no.
that would,
We
of
already
course,
have
link them.
that.
Oh, yeah. We
Oh,
found that. I gave that away to the famous detective.
you gave it to Barnabas. Yes, I believe he mentioned something about it in his
Yeah.
report. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably be doing his own investigation on that. That's probably gonna be tied up in red tape to get a hand on anyway. Maybe even evidence of where, if you can prove that they bought a necklace of fireballs from somewhere, maybe a magic shop, maybe a receipt, invoice, anything like that, would also help. Again, this is if you want to go down getting a warrant, or to enter the property. We can make an arrest. We can search. Go for the proper channels.
I
Or-
mean, you have enough. Just saying, you have enough evidence of people seeing a I forgot what they're called now. The robot things.
Nimblewright.
Nimblewright.
The Nimblewrights, like on the scene, one on a red hat. So if we find a specific Nimblewright in the house, could that be used as leverage as well?
If you can find the Nimblewright who witnesses can possibly identify as the Nimblewright, then yes, of course, that will be a good help.
Wonderful. Oh, I think we have some planning to do, folks.
we're going on a heist. I mean,
Indeed.
I mean, we're gonna have friendly chats.
I have a few ideas brewing. It will be interesting to say the least. Again, thank you for your time, Blackstaff, and we will be sure to keep you reported on the situation as it unfolds.
Please do. And
Yeah,
you guys
Okay.
step out. Back on the Sword Street.
So, it seems we have two options. Act now and use our own devices, or wait for the red tape to be sorted.
Let's just go. Let's go there and see what happens. No red tape. It's only
there's
going to trip us up.
There's no fun in waiting around, is it? Let's go.
I don't want to wait around for them to dispose of the evidence. Did have an idea. They did say that if we dress up correctly, we might pass as nobles. Hear me out here. How about me and Logan here play the part of nobles, and you'll be our personal, I don't know, someone can be our personal guard, Bosco, perhaps as well. We get into the house, me and Logan keep them busy, chatted up, while you two, or at least one of you, searches the house for any evidence, maybe the nimble right itself. It might go much easier, and then if that fails, we can just confront them with your robot killed everybody.
I guess that could
Okay,
work.
I kind of like that plan, especially where Sullivan is my, what did you say, slave, servant, foot servant, manservant, attendee, butler.
Something of the sort.
Bitch.
Why do I
Okay.
have to be the servant? Look at me, I'm overdressed. I'm a noble
yes.
myself. People forget that sometimes.
With your
But
tendency,
please don't dress less.
right,
Goodness.
all right. How about that? Yes, you are well dressed, but with your tendency to move around and your passion for misplacing things into your pockets, I think.
Yes, that is very true, my friend. That is happens sometimes. You know, it's like you know, it's like a newness. You know, you walk around. Oops, my hand is just there, taking in my pocket, and they don't see it. Huh?
See, I would say we could go with the approach of the using Sullivan as a noble because he's a quote unquote exotic noble not from this region. So it could be interesting. But
did-
however, his skills in
Yeah.
sneaking around and magically misplacing items is better than any of ours.
I was about.
He also, if I can remind you, he got arrested for literally not being a noble and pretending to be a noble. If you want to end up back where you were before, with no help of getting out, that's a very quick way to do it.
So, as I was saying, we use Sullivan as our man to try and locate an evidence. Maybe Bosco you as well. I'm not sure how confident you feel.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I would dress up. I can wear my jacket with flames. So
That'll be done by 5 in the afternoon. We'll be doing this much sooner, so we'll have to improvise on that part. I have a good. I can just. She flicks her fingers, changes clothes, just change on a whim. And Logan, I'm sure, has something in his wardrobe as well.
I don't have a wardrobe. Like,
Well, you have some.
you've seen the furniture.
Yes, sorry.
He pretty much wears the same clothes every day. That's why he stinks like an old dog.
So,
My clothes.
Sorry,
are clean,
after
which is-
yesterday, a wet old dog.
Look at the amount of hair on you, mate. Listen, no, just don't start with the fucking wet dog comments.
all right. Before
I'm the only one with a bath in the
Um,
room, if you recall.
I don't know, because I use it all the time, so thank you.
I can assure you, you don't.
Gentlemen, if you would please. We have agreed. Can we agree down on the plan? Head back to the Old Familiar, get a bit dressed, and just march on.
Yes.
No, wait. Quick question. Under what? For what reason will we be visiting them officially? We need to, have a reason to go knocking up the Gralhunds. Could Gabriella do a check to see what the Gralhunds deal in? Like, what is their business?
Sure.
Most noble families have some sort.
History check.
If we're wanting to do a business call, we'll be better off doing it during the day. If it's a social call, we'll be better off doing it in the evening. So let's figure it out.
I would say a business call because in the evening, we have our Castellanter thing going on at the moment.
Okay, so for 9, a whopping 9. You would know the Gralhund family are Therian descent. They're not, super local here, but their base operations is definitely Waterdeep now. They've been in the city for a couple of 100 years. They primarily do things like mercenaries. They can provide mercenaries, they provide weapons for mercenaries, things like that. They're a kind of they work with sell swords and like the manufacture of weapons.
Right. So I think the Gralhunds, one of the main things they have going on is sell swords, managing contracts, doing having weapons made. How about we approach them because we want to hire a security force for our lovely tavern?
Good thinking. This is why you're the brains of the operation, not just by default.
Thank you. So, if we approach them and ask them, we're looking for some fine mercenaries with the best equipment to hand, available for the market, we'll have enough time for us to for them to show us around, maybe get to use some of the weapons, just enough things to buy Sullivan and Bosco or Sullivan time to find whatever they need to find.
Yes. I'm just trying to think of the best way for me to sneak around. I mean, you want me to act like a guard, but...
Well, maybe a guard, but maybe it's a consultant. You'll be consulting us on the weapons.
Yes. I don't think I would probably have to take off my armor if you want me to sneak about.
It's fine. You can sneak with us. You can be our, technical aid.
We're
And Sullivan is just
Sullivan
the bad aids kind of guy.
Oh wait, I've got an idea. I'll just have my cannon out. That's probably the thing. I'm definitely armed then.
Oh shit! Are you not going to? Wait, oh no, you other. Okay, no, got confused.
All right, so I propose we head back to Familiar, get changed, maybe grab a shave, just make ourselves look presentable, and then just march up to the Gralhund Villa.
Sounds good
Do
to
you
me.
know how much work it is for me to keep this face exactly the same every single day? Do you know what goes
Honestly,
into it?
no, and I'm not in the mood to cut at the moment, so...
I'm not changing, but sure.
No.
Maybe my clothes. We'll see.
Alright, let's go do that then. Yeah.
So what do you guys do?
Head back to Old Familiar, just get a touch up, just grab some clothes, grab some clothes, grab a maybe... I'm not sure how long bath would take, but just get ourselves ready for meeting the Gralhunds.
Sure. Yeah, you can just kind of take some time to get yourself all ready. That's not a worry. Alrighty. Is there anything else you guys would like to do in the meanwhile?
I'll encourage Sullivan to have a bath.
Okay. Sullivan, do you have a bath?
Excuse me, I have a bath every day. Okay?
Where? Which bath?
And your bath when you're not there, my friend.
Listen, I can assure you, you fucking don't.
You never wondered where all that hair comes from and leave it lying around?
I don't know who you're trying to bullshit, but right now it's only you. You think I'd let you roam this place without keeping an eye on you?
That's true.
What do you think you do? Sneak in the middle of the night and have a bath?
Maybe, my friend. Maybe. Who knows?
I can assure you, you don't.
Maybe. So we was gonna have a bath.
Do you try to get into Logan's room to take the bath, or do you just
Yeah.
bathe where you normally bathe?
He's gonna try to go to Logan's
Okay.
room to have a bath.
Logan is in Logan's room.
I think Logan is. Are you also getting a bath, Logan?
I'm not getting a bath, but I am getting changed.
Okay. So Sullivan, you sneak up the stairs. Is the door locked?
It'll be locked and barricaded as it always is, especially after this fucking conversation.
Okay. The door is locked, Sullivan, as you arrive, as you try to quietly make your way in.
God damn it, he broke the door again. I had to find another way in sometimes. But not today.
You leave
If
it.
it's another
There is,
if
there is another
barricades, I
door into the bathroom area, but the bath is
His
barricaded.
bath is
There,
barricaded,
and
that
you
door
ain't moving
shut.
that.
It's okay. So he was gonna try to get like another one. He's gonna try to find another way in. Maybe he
Okay.
had to fucking climb outside and fucking go through the window just to get a bath inside his bathroom.
Sure.
Now let's see who is not going to have a bath in here. So I can't be outside to the windows.
So you're shuffling along.
Stealth?
Yeah, do me a stealth check just for your general quietness. And you're trying to shuffle along the windowsill and gutters.
Yeah.
You got a climbing speed,
Slow.
right?
No, I don't.
Then make me an athletics check for your climb. As you
So
shuffle out
athletics check
onto.
first?
Do me your stealth check to see how overall that athletics check 10. Okay, you don't. It's slow going,
Just
but
step
you don't
13.
slip and fall.
Very like tip of the fingers. That's stealth 13.
Right, so you edge out along the because Logan is on the third floor. He's actually the room above you. So he you're shuffling. You're basically gonna have to make your way up to your own balcony probably, and then you're gonna climb up onto like the ledge and then like shuffle along the windows. To Logan's bedroom has 2 windows in it. The master bedroom has 2 windows in it, and you can see as you get to one of them, there is I assume a chair Logan pushed up against the door, like propping it closed.
Yeah, just a cheap wooden chair.
Just a chair propped up under the door handle to prop it shut. And you see the keys are kind of like set like aside on his bedside table. You also see the door to the private bathroom probably is closed currently to keep the nice steam in, I would imagine. But you can just about the fireplace is linked, so you can see kind of whispering through the fire, maybe like the Logan like in the bath. Would you have your face? Would you be facing the fire, Logan, or are you facing away from the fire?
Probably facing the fire.
Okay, so you can see Logan's like face glinting off the fire, like, but through the flames itself and the dark window that you're kind of beyond, he can't really. You don't think he spotted you. But you can keep edging around the edge of the building if you want, or you can try to get in through this window. There's another window kind of further around to the corner.
Fuck, I'm gonna try to go through this window then.
Okay. So this window has just a basic like kind of latch in it. But it is locked and closed. So I need you to make me a thieves tools check to basically try to like get one of your tools up and through and like pop it open just so you can then pick it open. That's a 20. You slide the latch open and you're able to just kind of pull yourself up and just kind of like climb yourself in. Look it quietly behind you. You're in Logan's bedroom.
So okay, so is Logan in the bath? Is in the bath? In a bath now?
Logan appears to be having a bath in this moment. You're in his bedroom, which has connected to that bathroom by a single doorway, and you're kind of right next to his front door, to his bedroom, like the main door. Logan has like positioned himself so he can watch through the fire and keep an eye on the chair at the door itself. So you're kind of just out of like you're like just sidestep to the right of that, so he can't see where you currently are.
I'm gonna hide in his room. Gonna wait for him to finish having a shower.
Okay. And where are you gonna hide?
Has he got like a bed or something? He's got a bed.
He has
got
a bed.
Wardrobe. What has he got?
I believe
What
he
is
has a
in his
bed and I believe he has a trunk for his clothing. I don't think he has a wardrobe or anything. You guys don't really have like in regards to furniture for bedrooms, I believe you kind of just got like the basic fit out, so it's more like more barrack setup. It's like you have a bed, like a chest each, and the chest is a flat top, so it also doubles like as a table.
Is there curtains or anything like that in there as well?
There would be curtains, yeah.
We're gonna just hide under the bed then.
Okay. You climb under the bed, you hide there. Make me another stealth check. Make sure no bits of your clothing or yourself are sticking out from the bed. Number 13. Okay. Logan, you finish your bath. Or dry yourself off. What's your passive perception? You're muted, Rob, I think. I guess we'll never know.
Logan died. He was a good friend.
Am I back with you?
Yes, you're good.
Wonderful. I may have been talking for a while, and you guys haven't experienced my hilarious little quips. Yeah, my passive perception is 13.
Okay. Yes, you come out of the bath, and you have been fully aware this whole time that Logan has snuck into your bedroom window and has wriggled his way under your bed. You saw him like through the fireplace, but like you kept really good stare on the door to make him think you didn't like spot him.
I'm going to. I'm going to get a piece of paper, a piece of parchment out of my bag that's by the side.
Sure.
And I'm going to read out loud. I'm going to say out loud. Oh, Bonnie, how I miss you. I must read your letter once more and enjoy myself in the sanctity of my own room. Let's read this latest letter from you. Dear Logie Bear. Oh, how I miss you.
It's like standing, or is he like sitting on the bed? Where is he?
I've just started to sit on the bed. Like you can feel it kind of press above. Oh, Logie Bear, it's gonna get comfortable for this bench. Just gotta get the right angle.
I kind of stab him with a little thing, like my little sword.
Okay, make an attack.
As he sits down.
Are you stabbing up through the mattress, or are you stabbing
through the mattress? Like.
Okay.
Like, not
Logan will have a +5 to his AC for his attack.
Yeah.
For the cover. But you're stabbing with quite a small dagger. But hopefully the point would speed enough to poke through. Has 18 hit you, Logan? Which you bear in mind you are probably stark naked right now.
Yes, I think I'd genuinely only be wearing my beret.
Perfect. So you are literally naked, and you can leave your hat on. In that sense, so it'll be a 13 hit with your
AC
cover.
10.
So AC 10, flat hit 10. You feel a dagger, or a point poke you in the rear end.
Too sharp. Try something else, Sully, you little prick.
What did you say about my bunny? Huh? And I can't shove outside the fucking bed.
Nothing she
What did
didn't
you
say herself. And he's going to fold the piece of paper up. In
Yeah.
reality, out of character.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to run in there right now, and I'll run inside this bathroom.
Okay. Sullivan runs inside your bathroom.
Look. And I was like, I'm showering the bathroom now. Look at this now. Look.
Bear in mind,
some
the
tea probably.
bathwater.
Yeah.
The bathwater is stuff that I've freshly bathed in.
Yeah.
It is full of Logan juice.
He only realized after. I was like,
In his rage, he bailed in.
hang on a minute.
Logan, do you pee in your bath?
You know what?
As you're standing up?
If I was able to, knowing Sully was there, I would absolutely have done a little trick.
As you stand up, you're getting out of it anyway, so it doesn't bother you.
I was like, but are you disgusted? You peed in. What did you do
You'll
with this?
still smell better than normal, Sullivan.
Oh, you know what? You keep your bath water from here. God damn it! I'll start up on myself now, and I take the door off the thing, and then I just walk off. You keep your bathroom in there.
Okay. You go to the door, Sullivan. There's a chair in the way. You have to remove
the chair off.
All this time, Logan's just like there, all of him flopping out.
I'm bare ass,
Yeah.
swinging around. It's great. I'm having the time of my life.
You have to grab the
is not
keys at the
finished.
bedside table, unlock the door, open the door, and then head back out to the main hallway.
I'll get in once again. You mark my words.
You
I
know,
will use your bathroom.
you are forever welcome, Sullivan, if only for the entertainment. Enjoy, and I will very much look forward to seeing you next time.
God damn it. Now, then after that, Sullivan's gonna go and try to have a proper bath because it smells like piss now.
Yeah. He's somehow dirtier than he was before.
Meanwhile, all that was happening. I was in Musco's room. Could I be crafting? Because I know, like, first or second session, I bought a bunch of wood, didn't I?
Yes,
could I
you
just start with my wood carving tools, could I start crafting like a really fine, like I think like a really like beautiful actual like D&D table, but we're gonna use it for poker. So I want to try
Like a 3-dragon ante table.
yeah, like a very like beautiful, like long, like
Sure.
3-dragon ante, like kind of like poker kind of table upstairs with my wood carving tools.
Yeah, I'll say I don't think you bought nails. I think you just bought like raw wood. So you probably have a small supply of nails, but probably not enough to build a whole table like to that level of exquisiteness. But you can definitely make a start on things like, you know, making the design plan, you know, like beginning to carve the legs, beginning to carve the top. So you can like, oh, you can make the core pieces, and it's just a simple matter of like, I just need to hammer these together, like that kind of thing. So make me a tools check with your wood carving tools. Let's say it's gonna be, because this is probably focusing more on like the finesse of like your, or you want it to be really elegant and ornate, like lots of like, I'm imagining like that carved wood, lots of filigree.
Yeah.
So it's being a dexterity check with your wood carving tools then.
But,
A skilled you are with the plane and the chisel.
okay, just by itself, isn't it?
19, pretty good. And you're proficient with your tools, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that would be a
Wood
21.
carving tool,
So you be taking your time, like just it's like, beginning to work through. You make like a beautiful set of like 4 ornate legs, a lovely like tabletop itself, which has like a little set in it, so you could buy some nice like green felt to like roll out into the table like in the little recess.
Yeah.
It's like that level of like, it looks like, you're there like, okay, they'll need a good touch. You're like, I need to buy like felt, I need to buy nails, I need to buy like a wood varnish. But like you've done the core woodworking tool, it probably takes you a good, like, how many hours are you willing to sink into this?
Oh, however long it's needed to make it look like pristine.
If you want to make like the whole table, like as in you will not need to take a chisel to this again, it just needs like the finishing touches of like the varnish and the putting together, you're probably going to set aside a full working day of 8 hours to get it done. Because it's not like a short task. You're taking wooden planks, gluing them together in some instances, and then carving them down to form.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll take more time with that. Obviously, it'll probably be like a process over a couple of days, obviously, and grabbing the required equipment. I'd probably write down like a list of what I need, like of equipment I need, and give it to one of the staff members to go out and grab it. I'll grab the rest.
So while you guys are all bathing, which probably takes an hour, Bosco gets hard into an arts and crafts project, which is going to take him the rest of the day to finish, despite your very busy, lengthy plans. You're all welcome to interrupt him at any time, and you may interrupt his artistic flow, which may mean that 21 may go partially to waste. But we'll see how much he can get done before then. Is anyone else doing anything in particular as they all get ready?
Gabrielle just probably be at the mirror, just getting her hair right, just make herself look presentable. Touching, like using a combination of disguise self and just being prepared in general.
Good thing. Alrighty. So you all get yourselves nice and clean. And if there's nothing else that you really have pressing to do or anything like that, what do you guys want to do next? You have, you can return to Plumes to get your outfits, or you can head straight to Gralhund Manor now if you want to try to investigate. It's still like, it could be any time from now. Let's say it could be any time around midday all the way to 5 p.m. whenever your outfits will be ready. So what have you guys?
Before 5 p.m., like around maybe 3, 2, something like that.
Sure. What would you like to do at that time?
Well, everybody ready?
Yeah. When I go to collect my clothes, I will buy a rapier as well. How much is a rapier? Is it 25 gold? 25
gold. I mean, your clothes will be ready for a couple more hours now because it's until 5 and they'll be ready. But you can do that in advance if you want now. You don't have to wait to collect your clothes. You can pop down to the market.
Yeah, I'll do that. Rapier.
Takes you, little over half an hour to pop out and buy a sword. They're not,
No way. I'm just gonna like put out my flamethrower, my ballista. What do you think looks more threatening? The ballista, the cannon, or the flamethrower? I'll start weighing them up.
I think the flamethrower, given recent events, might be a bit on the nose. Maybe the other cannon.
Gotcha.
The flamethrower is not as scary.
And I'll pull out the massive force ballista cannon. I'll have it on my back.
So, let's just get the plan straight. Me and Logan are nobles, and we are the owners of this fine establishment, and we are looking to hire some lovely sellswords with the finest weapons and armor that Mark has to offer to protect our lovely tavern and work as security. Bosco here is our consultant on the craftsmanship of the weapons that the family of Gralhund will provide us with. And Sullivan is just our entourage, basically just somebody. Sullivan, don't draw too much attention to yourself, so people don't notice when you're gone. If you catch me.
It's going to be very difficult with this beautiful face, but okay.
Yes, I know, but I'm sure that you can find it within your heart to manage the task.
I mean, if I with the cannon, I could be a guard and I could just stay out waiting outside. I'm quite good with my hands, you see. Sleight of hand.
That is also possible. I'll leave that up to you.
And that's why they might not take too much notice. But this is assuming they don't know who we are. I mean, how do we not know they were tugs?
Could Gabriella make? Could Gabriella make a check to see like how well known they could possibly be when the city, like how much renown could they have got? Like, I'm not sure what check it would be.
That would be an insight check, I believe.
Oh, just to try to like feel out like how are we that well known? Like, insight check. Cool.
Yep.
Because it's all nice playing out that we are this guard, being studying out these guards, but they know who we are.
I can add a D4 to that if that's not enough.
What was the total roll? I haven't seen it. Hasn't come
16.
through my roll 20. You can add a D4 to it if you want, so you can get the 20. Got to give more information if you can get the higher roll.
18.
Okay, so Little Plume definitely was aware of what happened outside your tavern, but Little Plume had the advantage of knowing where you already live. What happened at the Old Familiar definitely has made it to the broadsheets. It's definitely the town criers have yelled about. You've heard it on the streets. It's known. You know, it was a big event. A lot of people died. It was a big use of magic that was unlawful. There was no real suspect. The guards didn't immediately make arrests or anything. People managed to get away. It's all that kind of thing. There's a lot of almost the city watch maybe aren't capable. That whole kind of questioning whether or not they're ready. And then there's statements from the city watch that were given of foreigners we have a few leads, but we're still not we're not going to make any arrests. And we're confident. All that kind of thing. It's literally like a formal investigation. As a result of that, you guys did. Correct me if I'm wrong, you got some advertising put out for your tavern's grand opening.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
You had that, which I believe, I'm not sure how many of you were mentioned by name and things like that, but it's definitely, there'd be 3, four upstarts, have this new tavern. There's definitely, almost like a little, small interview, apart from, alongside, you had, an advertisement, stuff like that. So, your tavern existing is known, the instance around your tavern is known. Your exact names and stuff like that is more on a personal would need to be know basis. So the Gralhunds could know about you. They only are a couple of blocks away after all. It's quite likely they could have seen you passing in the street one time. Because you've been here now, for a good week and a half, I think, or so. So you're kind of coming up good because you had your downtime as well. So it's been about 18 or so days since you guys kind of originally came together back at the start. That is a complete estimate off the top of my head, but that's just a reasonably sensible amount of time. So it's just one of those things where it could be. You guys aren't infamous in yourselves to the whole of Waterdeep. Do some people know who you are? Do some people know that you run that tavern? Yes, they do. I think that's probably the best I can give you because you don't know them personally. You've not met them before. You would imagine it's less likely that someone of that noble stature would take much interest, but maybe they would know things like Logan Margaster being of a noble house. Logan will also probably know a few members of the Gralhunds if he did his, noble homework. It's part of their. When you grow up in those circles, things like learning the noble lord of this house, learning the lord of this house, the lady of this house, what they do, all that kind of thing comes with the territory. You want to know who your allies and enemies are, so you can have everyone eating out of your hand successfully. That's how you make it successful in this aristocracy,
All things considered, I think Logan might be the only one they're aware of, being an other noble and all. We are.
I mean, how could you not?
Yeah, of course. So, I think it's a safe bet. Well, it's a bet, and but there's a risk involved. So, there's a chance, but I think the chance is not that large.
You know, it's been a while since I've had a bet. I'm maybe sometimes a gambling man. You know, only like for fun. Let's do it. Yes,
All right,
let's go.
Bosco, do you want to be on guard duty or weapons consultant?
Go on guard duty. It might be better if someone's supervising something.
Sorry, you lagged for me. Come again.
I said, I'll go on guard duty. It might be better if someone's supervising Sully.
Cool. And Sully, you'll basically be just our entourage, and you'll disappear and have a look around.
With pleasure, my friend. With pleasure.
Wonderful, thank you. Right, let's get going then.
Alrighty, so you guys leave the Old Familiar and you head towards the Gralhund Villa. And that's, we're going to take a little break. So we'll be back.
Perfect.
And we're back. Okay, perfect. So, the party set off from the old familiar, and they head east a few streets, heading towards Gralhund Villa. So move your little cabooses over there. It is currently, you guys have set off around 3 p.m. or so, so you're going to arrive just after like 3:15 or so, not too, you know, it's not that far a walk at all, really. It's barely any distance whenever you do arrive at a Gralhund Villa. So, the Gralhund Villa is a large, kind of like walled compound. There is basically, it like sits in the middle of an upper class residential neighborhood. The streets around have pedestrians and coaches traveling around them at all hours, but traffic is obviously heavier during the day. There's 12-foot high stone walls kind of all around the actual estate itself, which kind of it has like a walled yard, and then it actually has like walls of the building themselves kind of on top of that. So I'm trying to give a good point of reference. Unfortunately, Gralhund Villa on this map isn't entirely accurate, but you know. So yeah, that's kind of what you see as you approach. There's a main gate on the northmost side, kind of on. Checking that's definitely the right compound I've selected. Maybe it isn't. I'll find it in a second. I'll slightly adjust to where it should be. I'm pretty sure that is it. Gralhund. That is definitely Gralhund Villa. Okay. Alrighty. Yes, there's a gate on the north side which is manned by 2 guards. You would see if you took a little wander around.
Logan, I'll leave you to do the talking because you're the one with the title.
Of course.
I will say, are you guys trying to? Because you've mentioned, I mean, maybe you really mentioned a heist. You mentioned a raid or a heist right here in particular, but like, are you looking to like stake this place out for like other areas of entry? Like, because I know you're planning on having Logan break off. Like, are you planning on like actually recalling this place, or are you just gonna seat into your pants?
I think that we'd leave that to Sullivan as he's kind of
Sniffing around.
Bounds.
I think yeah, sorry. Go on.
No, you go.
I think before we just go in, I think Sullivan will probably just gonna split for the group a little bit, and then just kind of do a little bit of reconnaissance around the perimeter. If there's any weak points you can see, like in case we need to a fast escape route or you know an alternative way in, like.
Okay. Make me
like
a perception check.
The route of the guards. I think Sullivan would probably have done this before they go there. Possibly, I don't know, a little bit before.
Okay.
Like, hey guys, I'm gonna go there and I'll meet you guys there, something like that.
Okay. If you're gonna stake out the place, Sullivan, make me a perception check.
Ah, beautiful perception shit. Okay. Ow!
5. You find on the kind of like, so this, I mean, let me actually, if you fully get in on Gralhund Villa as an area here, I will do a little doodle for you, which might help kind of like put things into some kind of perspective. So the walls are all along the yellow box that I've just drawn. So the building in the top and the left-hand side, that's like the main actual building itself. And then it appears that the smaller building attached is some kind of like guards barracks. That's only 1 story high. The main build, the L-shaped building is 2 stories high. Then in the far bottom corner, that is some kind of stable. It has a door which exits onto the street like so. The main gates are located like so. So you have 2 points of entry apart from scaling the walls. There is also a small door. I'm going to do a number line there. So another small door there, Sullivan, which appears to be some kind of like servant's door that probably, at a guess, you would say leads to some kind of maybe like kitchen or something. It doesn't back onto the yard, it backs onto the street, and the only thing you kind of tell is the kitchen because there's things like grease stains on the pavement and things like that where stuff's being thrown away, but like, and the door being swung shut. You imagine that door, because it's an exterior door, it doesn't have any handle, keyhole, or anything from this side. It's like a fire door basically, so it must open from the inside like a one-way door.
Once it closes, that's it. Can go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those would be the only real notable points of entry that you catch on the ground floor level. There is a fireplace on the most northern corner, what you can tell because there's a large chimney that kind of stacks up. If you could get on the roof, you could potentially try to wriggle your way down the chimney, but you're not sure how tight that's going to be. And on the second floor itself, there are no external windows that lead to the street that you can see. At all. It appears that the building has the only windows in the building appear to be like actually overlooking its own yard. So there's no easy point of access from the street in that regard.
Okay. I would have had a quick look, and then I'll just before we get to the gate, I'll regroup with the party members, and I'll share the information with them.
Okay, so we'll obviously go in the main gates. Are you going to come with us and then break off, or sneak in somewhere else while we make a distraction?
I think it'd be better if we come in with you.
I think we've come all together, and I think it's better.
Because
And wait, are both of you breaking off and leaving me and Gabriella to it, or are you staying with us?
I think we all should stay together, no?
yeah, no, I'd say when you had your private conversation, we could wait outside, maybe, just to keep watch.
Ah, perfect. Okay, that's good.
Right. So everyone knows what they are? Wonderful. Let's go.
I'll put on Joe's meanest face and pull out his cannon.
Okay, if anything goes to shit, firstly, me and Gabriella will disown both of you forever. Secondly, if you manage to get away, we'll meet you back at Troll Skull, but don't get followed.
Thirdly, don't kill anybody, and especially no nobles.
That's obviously third, not first.
Ah, damn it, so I can't kill Callum. Okay, no problem. Nah, only kidding.
Alright.
No, Callum, fuck's sake. Logan.
Living in the past, man. Get with it.
Let's go. We have a lot to do. And best of luck once we're in there. You're going
Yes, we don't need luck. We've got me. Come on then. It's going to start marching towards the gate.
Okay, you approach the gate. Beyond the gate, you see there are two guards of like wearing the Gralhund symbol, which is kind of like this like half yellow kind of like face, and the other half's like a half red face, almost like a theater mask, that almost like tragedy and comedy combined, with like large kind of like devil horns on it. As you kind of approach, it's like a devil horn on one side, actually, and like a humanoid on the other, kind of thing.
He's going to get a platinum piece out of his coin purse.
Yep.
And he's going to walk up to one of the guards that's facing out onto the road.
Yep. Sees you approach, goes like, citizen.
Excuse me. My name is Lord Margaster. These are my business associates. We'd appreciate an audience with. Did we know out of character that he's Lord Gralhund?
I think Gabriella was able to tell you that yes, there is a Lord
Victoria.
Victoria Gralhund.
Victoria. Yeah.
We'd appreciate an audience with Lord Victoria, if you don't mind. And he's going to go to shake the guard's hand and press the platinum piece into it.
Perfect. Make me a precision check with advantage. Okay. The guard shakes your hand, doesn't quite subtly acknowledge what he has received, kind of like looks down quite clearly, like then fumbles and puts it in his pocket and goes like, very well, give me a moment. Who should you, Margaster, was it?
Yes, Logan Margaster of House Margaster. You've probably heard of us.
Yes, of course.
Or me specifically.
Yes, of course.
We're
Give
here
me
on
a...
business. This isn't a social call. We're here to potentially solicit some business from yourselves.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Of course. Come in. And he'll get the key and he'll fumble and he unlocks the gate, for you, and begins to lead you inside. And he's like, if you just wait here inside the yard, I'll have send word to the Lord and see if I can get an audience of you as soon as possible. But we can wait here away from the riffraff. And he kind of like
Much appreciated.
nods to the other guard who's manning the gate and was like, please look after Lord Margaster and his associates. I will be as quick as I can. And he begins hurrying off towards the kind of like heads down the path, heading like south to a set of double doors, which he opens. They are unlocked, and he heads inside. He closes them behind him.
I'm going to make a big show of. You say in the yard there's some guards kind of training.
There's one guard in the yard who's like defending. There's also a young like gardener currently going around clipping topiaries and things. There's also like, I mean, the yard itself is pretty beautiful. It's like large trees providing shade, and you can see this balcony through the trees, enclosed by an iron railing that kind of is above the balcony. The mansion's main entrance where the guard is just gone. It's about 20 foot above ground level. And yeah, you see that the groundskeeper, the gardener, is kind of going around, kind of clipping at the various, like, you know, topiaries and things to make the guard look prim and proper. So there's one guard and one gardener at the minute out here. And the guard has locked the gate behind you, taken his key with him, but you can see the other guard also has a key on his belt.
Cool. I will make. I'm not going to be keeping my voice down, but we're going to probably engage Gabriella in particular, and just the whole group in what we need. Like, it's very important that we have good guards. It'd be good to assess the strength, the materials, the equipment, the training, and such for guarding our establishment.
Indeed, the nights at the taverns can get very rowdy. Sometimes we need the right men for the job with the right equipment. I wonder, are we going to be supplying our guards with blunt weapons, or are we going to go for an edge?
I suppose it depends on their training. You know, if we've got people who know how to look after a weapon, then I'm sure edges will be better.
Of course, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea to, you know, use edges just for establishment security. It might give a wrong image, but as he said, it probably will depend on how well trained the person will be with different kinds of weapons, so I guess we'll find out.
Indeed. Well, we've got many meetings with different organizations, I'm sure, over the next few days.
Yes,
I'm sure my assistant will know well. Ted Sullivan.
Yep.
Do we have other meetings and such arranged? Yes, we do. Okay, wonderful. Yes, it'd be good to understand what they can offer and for what price.
Indeed, but I did hear very good things about this, about the Gralhund mercenary companies. And
well, yes, sure. I mean, they can be a little off-putting, what with their chosen marketing strategy with the thing.
What they lack in marketing, they make up in results. Well, that is what I hear, at least.
Well, I should hope so. That's an acceptable compromise in my perspective.
Yeah, there's the saying that you let your actions speak for yourself rather than your words. I think they are going for that.
Indeed. I'll just kind of give Sullivan a bit of a side eye.
Oh, yeah, just like...
actions, not words. Got it, yes. I hope they didn't keep us waiting for too long.
That would be unfortunate, but what can we do but wait?
Well, we are with the Casalantes have invited us for dinner tonight, so we certainly can't be late, even if it means forfeiting business here.
You see the other guard begins to, like, shift uncomfortably, like, in his boots, like waiting for this other guard to come back. You see, he keeps, like, looking more and more often, like, back towards the mansion doors, and it's, like, rocking on course, like, oh, but, like, not making a point of, like, he's not talking to you guys, not really engaging you guys, he's just there. Like, he's just doing his job.
Guard's gonna guard.
He's a man who doesn't want to get yelled at by an upper noble. If you kind of get that general feel from him, you know, he's just here to turn up, do his shift, and go home. Eventually, the guard in question from before does return, And he kind of approaches you and goes like, yes, Lord, I could remember my own lord's name. That'd probably fucking help, wouldn't it?
Victoria.
I believe it's Oron.
Victoro.
The Victoria or Oron, just one of them. So many fucking names in this book.
It does get confusing. I'll give you a moment. Don't you worry. I'll just kind of vamp for a bit until you cut me off. That's kind of how we do
Perfect.
these things.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
well,
It is
let's bring
Orond.
this long.
Forgive my earlier misspeaking. It is Lord Orond.
Him. That's definitely the name that I said about 3 times.
Yeah, that's because it's the one that
just
I also
misheard,
said
yes.
back
Could you
there.
repeat this as well, just in case?
It's
So it was correct.
Orond. Orond.
Thank you.
Victoro is from an outdated article in the Forgotten Realms wiki, which I will bitch slap into next entry.
Also, like, while this is happening, I think...
Actually, I know what it is. It's because Victoro is the Castellanter. That's where we got mixed up.
Oh,
Oh, I'll do. Yeah, I'll do it.
Orond is the Greyhound. So many noble families.
I think while this is all happening,
Yep.
I think Sullivan will obviously be just looking around and scouting around to see if there's any I don't know, any kind of entrance or any, I don't know, just looking for any opportunities where you could just sneak out and try to, go into his armor.
Right now, Sullivan, it's quite difficult because you're all being held near the main gate. So if you step towards the house, the guard is going to notice you're moving there because there's only 4 of you. You see from here, there is a door leading into that single-story building, kind of connected, which is some kind of maybe like servants' quarters, something like that. And then there's also the main double doors. This is the only 2 doors you can immediately see. You know that there's that stable or something up around the corner. You can just about make it out on the edge of the corner from here, but yet you can't see any entrance from where you currently are to that stable. But it's far disconnected from the rest of the house. You'll see the balcony, which is 20 foot up, which has a set of doors on it, which are currently open, that could provide access as well. But you would obviously have to climb up either a tree and then leap onto the balcony itself, or you'd have to climb up the wall, both of which are going to be, challenging and probably quite likely to get spotted in the broad daylight. Slipping away undetected in the broad daylight out here is going to be difficult. In the house, when there's lots of doors and corners and corridors, it's going to be easier for you to get lost in that sense. You can, as long as you're, sticking in the rear of the group, you can kind of like nimbly perhaps slip yourself away. And this guard in question actually does lead you guys down towards the main doors as you're kind of scoping this place out. Opens them up for you, and you find yourself in this great hall. You see 2 iron chandeliers hang from the dark mahogany ceiling above. A long dining table is carved from red larchwood, and chairs surround the table, with a particularly tall and elaborate chair at each end. You see there are tapestries lining the wood-paneled walls, and wooden cabinets that all contain fine dishes, silverware, and candlesticks. All of which have little keyholes in each of them, but the keys are not in the locks. There's also a fireplace with a black marble mantelpiece with a framed family portrait above it. You see it depicts a man, a woman, clearly the lord and lady of the house, and 3 young children. I believe it is 2 boys and 1 girl, and also a dog as well, kind of like a small little Yorkshire Terrier as well, kind of there. You are led almost immediately from this double door to another set of double doors immediately on the right, which are currently ajar. In this room as well, there are 2 guards in front of that grand fireplace kind of warming themselves, and there is another set of 2 guards kind of on this end of the room. You'll see there are several doors out of this room. There's a flight of stairs immediately to your right that kind of leads up to the upstairs area. This is the double doors that you're being led to, which are kind of like immediately adjacent to the front door, kind of like down into the northern end of the house. But there is also a single door to the left, which leads closer towards that single-story building, but isn't directly connected to it. You imagine there's probably another room before then, or a corridor of some kind. And there are 3 other doors out of this room. One on the far side of the fireplace, which connects to somewhere south of that other door, and then 2 other doors on the right-hand side, past the staircase, which both seem to connect to some rooms on the right-hand side of the room. Again, you're not overly sure where they connect to. But there are 4 guards, not including the one who's leading you into this chamber, who are currently already present. And as you kind of round the corner into the next chamber, Sullivan, as your group are falling into this next room, the double doors are pushed open for you. You see it is this like wood-paneled library. There are tall bookshelves packed with tomes, sliding wooden ladders mounted on rails that would allow easy access to higher shelves. In one corner, there's an iron lector with a closed, locked, leather-bound tome resting on it. And there are 2 padded chairs that face a large fireplace on the north side of the room. One has a wolf skin draped over it. Sat on one of these is Lord Gralhund. He is currently kind of like looking at his at a few papers in front of himself, and anything else. And yes, so there's also yeah, he's like a few papers, things around him that he's like folded up and set to one side that he's clearly been reading. As you've approached, but he's got like kind of like on his back semi towards you as the guard is leading you in. There's a door as you come in, and immediately on your left, Sullivan, as you step in, but it is closed. And then as you're kind of coming in, the staircase I described earlier is just on the left and outside of the main double doors. However, it's going to be very difficult to try to break away here, because like it is so, you've got a guard like 10 foot in front of you, and you've got 2 guards 10 foot behind you who are, you know, they're not paying an insane amount of attention, but it's going to be very difficult to try to break their line of sight, to either try to slip upstairs, or you might be able to try to slip into the side room here, but you don't know if that's going to lead anywhere, because like it seems to be on, it could potentially just be like a store cupboard or something. You're not sure how big the room is going to be. So I'm going to give Sullivan a moment here to decide what to do, or he's going to stick with the group for now.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna risk you to go to this little door. I don't know where it's going. This little cupboard thing. So I'm gonna try to slip it in there, and then gonna wait. Probably just keep it open a little bit to see until the guards
make me
go
a
away.
stealth check. At this point, your allies are kind of continuing up the corridor. You can close the double doors behind yourself, shutting off the guards in the other chamber from you, which gives you a little bit of stealth.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You bump into the handle quite painfully and let it like a yell, but like it actually kind of works in your favor, because you hit it and you push it down to try to like fumble and make it out that you've just bumped into this thing. You realize the door is locked. However, the guard snaps his head around and was like, "You okay back there?"
Yeah, just hurt my back in this doorknob here. You should be careful. It's very pointy. Ow.
Yeah, just be careful. It does stick out from the door, like most doorknobs do.
I think I cut myself. I think I need to go have a look at this. I need to go look for a restroom or something. And I kind of just turn away, just walking away.
Wait a second. I'll take you. And
it's like I'm going in here. I'm gonna try to like just turn a corner and just get out this side and
so you push open the double doors again, back to the great hall. The 4 guards are there. They've all heard you yell in pain, and they hear the other guard like, "Oh, just wait a second. I'll come with you." He pushes past the rest of the group, leaving Logan, Gabriella, and Bosco in with Oren Gralhund, the Lord. As Logan and this veteran are kind of stepping back out towards the main corridor. Logan, you're a good 5-10 foot ahead of this guy. You step into the great hall. But like the other guards are all immediately aware of your existence, what you're up to. It's like you've unfortunately you've given yourself away in that sense. And you see there's like a few like, "Are you okay?" Like there's genuine concern from something, because they've heard some call it in pain, and then some of the doors have swung back open.
Don't worry about him. He's, I mean, I've had more useless servants, but only just. Sully, stick with us, will you? We'll patch you up later.
Sir, if you let me escort Sully to a restroom, I'm sure I can try to work my, my medical skills to bandage up his pain. And give Sully a look up and down.
Oh my god, I'm in so much pain. Oh, it's hard to see that.
Yes, if you'd be so kind, it will leave us grown-ups to work out deals in peace.
The guard kind of pauses and like looks towards Orond. Make me a persuasion check. I would say Logan can make this with advantage, because he's the one, or maybe it would be Bosco, because you're the one saying about taking him away to somewhere.
Can Gabriel give advantage?
Yeah, he can have advantage. Bosco with advantage for the persuasion, please.
It's gonna need it.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Pretty good. Lord Gralhund turns to the guard and goes like, "Take them to the restroom, please." And he like looks and is like, Bear in mind, they're only the guards. They may use the guards' restroom in the barracks. Of course, sir. Follow me, you two. And he'll begin leading you back towards the front door which you came in from.
I look at Bosco's like, Bosco, we need to somehow break sight of this guy.
You're in quite like right now. You're at a pretty high visibility area. You're still in the Great Hall. He's leading you back out the main doors to the like the yard again. He's leading you back the way you've come.
Yeah. Because Sullivan's idea was, like when he tried to distract someone, but obviously distracting someone. Oh yeah, the one, he's gonna go over here, like try to be clumsy, but then like open the door, and then as soon as he kind of breaks, I just disappear somewhere. And you guys like,
that would have worked. Unfortunately, the door was locked. So you would have had to stop, get down on one knee, get your thieves' tools out, pick the lock, but you've made a big, my side! I bumped the door handle. Everyone looks at you, sees you doing that. You have no time to fumble with the thieves' tools to get them out because you jumped the gun with the collision. I think in your haste to fake it, you actually did catch yourself. So that was almost like an involuntary
Yeah.
But you didn't check if the door was locked before you did it. You bumped into it, found out it was locked, so you couldn't just swing yourself in and vanish. But yeah, you're not being led by this guard unless you guys are doing anything particular. You're gonna be led back across the yard, following the path through the trees, and then to the single door I described earlier, which leads to that single-story building, which is kind of has a wall connecting to the house, but it doesn't have a second story. You are kind of brought through there. I'm assuming you're just going with this guy because that's your plan thus far. There would be, I would say, a point of less than 6 seconds where it is just you guys, this guard, and the only person who would have eyes on you is a little, this gardener who's a teenage boy. He must be about 16, 17 years old. That's your only window of potential, there are no other guards in sight. It's just us, him, and then this teenage boy. Bear in mind, this guy is in fairly good armor. He looks like he knows how to hold. He's not a commoner. I'll be perfectly honest. He's not a commoner. Taking him out in one hit is going to be very, very challenging. If that was something you would consider.
Nah. I would just, follow where he leads, and hopefully look at the Sully to not do anything too brash just yet.
Yeah. He opens the door in the yard and leads you guys inside. You find yourself in the single-story bunkhouse, the guard bunkhouse. There's about 20-odd beds in here, which kind of they're bunk beds. So 10 bunk beds, each with a pair of footlockers at the bottom of it. And the guard leads you to the a room in the northwestern kind of corner, which breaks off from this one, which is basically it is a very communal restroom. There are, think the old Roman bathrooms, that they've got the hole in the wall that you sit in, and there's no dividers, no walls. It's very plain ceiling. There's one guard as you come in, reading a broadsheet, trousers around his ankles. As you come in, kind of looks up, was "Oh, Phil," just goes back to his shit as you guys enter. And there's a small little basin by the door, and the guard kind of points to it, was "You can wash up in there if you like. I'm gonna leave you to it because, oh, Phil, what the fuck do you eat?" And he steps outside and leaves you guys to wash up and look after yourself. You hear him standing outside the door, humming to himself. And in that room there was about 12 guards or so. Some were playing cards on a table. A couple were asleep in their beds. Very busy room. You kind of land yourself in a hornet's nest here.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper. Listen. We could do something here if you want. I could literally.
Oh, yet! Oh, it's just not coming out.
I'm
out of all the places. Oh god.
I could borrow some of my device, which should triple your jump height to help you climb somewhere. I could potentially distract the guards by maybe challenging them to a range contest, or let's see if they'd like to borrow my cannon. See if they would like to test out something.
Oh, come on!
So, I want to cast this. I want to pull out my my little spring shoes, which will be my jump spell, and I cast on him. So you have Oh shit! It's only 1 minute. Okay, maybe.
I mean, you could say, I'll say you could be discussing that idea, like, you know, that'd be something you try to cast in your back outside or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll do that. I'll get ready to cast that. When we go outside, I'll try and convince the guard to let you go back in and just be on watch for our, our noble. And then maybe I can try and convince the rest of the guards to cut together around and let them try out this new weapon I've created. Maybe you might, because people love new weapons and toys. Maybe we could distract them long enough.
You hear what sounds like a spattering of something going on, like a plop in water, and you hear, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that chicken. You hear him rip, like the guy at the loo. He rips on the broadsheet papers, and then you hear him crumple it up. Oh, cheers. And you can see, like, he's like, there's no dividers, there's no stalls. Like, he's just out there. It stinks. The room's awful. Luckily, he seems to be masking your conversation for himself pretty well. Like, he groans and grunts.
Do you want to? Should we try that out at least?
Yes, I guess it's a good plan, Senor. So let's try this. Anything is better than this room at this moment.
Yes. Be careful though. My boots don't seem to be working quite well, so you have limited time with them. Okay. And as we leave, I'll cast a jump spell.
Yep.
And then I'll open the door.
Yep.
So
the guard kid is there. So, good. How are you feeling, like, Sullivan?
I'm feeling okay. Still, I don't know, man. I might need to get my lawyer in this because that's a very, very dangerous health and safety thing. But I don't know.
So
he kind of like laughs a little bit and like turns to the boss and goes like, "Little god scared of a door handle. Not a very good one."
Exactly. That's why
your lord must be lucky if no one must attack him very often.
Well, you think
that's a very menacing door handle. Very dangerous.
Wow.
The reason why he hired us is because I can create things like this, and I'll put out my cannon. You see, this is a fine equipment I crafted.
A few guards can look over, like, the people at the card table, like one of them clocks it, like points over and the look over their shoulder.
You see, dangerous times, the desperate measures, you see, and I created this cannon, let's say.
Sullivan, you've got 30 seconds left in this spell.
So
His boss goes like, like,
starts stepping away, and then before he does jumps, so if I use the jumps, if I jump, am I out in the core area now?
You wouldn't be yet. You need to go back out in the yard and head north. To get back to the yard, you have to go around to the guy who's been leading you thus far, who Bosco has not engaged in conversation.
I tried to like engage him all to look at me.
I'll probably just just go sidestep, and then
Are you trying to like just completely edge out of his vision and try to get forgotten about, or are you going to be like come up with an excuse of like, oh, I better get back to like my employers or anything like that, or are you just trying to just
I'm gonna go. You guys showed this thing here. I need to go back to our lords. You guys do. Yeah, I'll wait you guys over there.
Okay. So I will let you either make me a persuasion check to be let go unattended, or you can make me a stealth check with your charisma bonus with advantage because Bosco is assisting and distracting. Both checks will be made with advantage, by the way.
Stealth check with
your charisma instead of dex. So if you're proficient in stealth, then you just roll a charisma check and you can add +2. Or if you got expertise in stealth, you can add +4.
No, I don't have that. I'm gonna do persuasion. I'm gonna do stealth. Stealth. Okay.
Okay. So roll me charisma +2.
Oh, so it has to be a charisma.
So because you're using a verbal like excuse to get away, it means if you're caught, it's not going to be as severe. It's more gonna be like, I will escort you kind of thing. Like, you're not going to be like, hey, where are you going? Like, what's up? Why are you trying to get away? Like, it's more like, you're using a social cue of like, I've got to go do my job, so I'm going to go do my job. So you're like either like persuading them that that's actually what you're going to go do, or it's like, you're like, I'm trustworthy, don't worry about it. I know where I'm going. You don't need to escort me kind of thing. Or it's that kind of like, well, you guys are busy here. I'm just gonna, and it kind of like, you're using that like to throw them asunder.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the persuasion check. I'll do a persuasion check.
Sure thing, go for it. 17. Yeah, he kind of like turns. He goes like, "You know you're going, okay? Just out the door, left at the path, and then you'll see the double doors on the main doors, and it's the first double doors on the right. That's the study."
The guard, I'm like, look, this like, you see, if you press this trigger here, this will let, I'll see, a blast out.
And
So-
Sullivan, you
and I
just
want
slip
you-
side.
I'll ask the guards to like kind of like make it like open, like because you said it's open area, don't you? I'm like, everyone just like shift out the way, you know, no line. I'm gonna throw this plate from my bag, and I'm gonna put out a plate from my bag.
Mhm.
If you guard aim at it and try triggering this cannon. You know, see if you enjoy this new weapon.
All right, he'll take it off you. Kind of like hold him like, how does this thing work? How do I aim? And he like, so like, is it like, it's not like a bow. There's no string attached to the like, you know, you beginning like, it's gonna take time to explain how to use this weapon even effectively. But by that time, Sullivan is out the door and in the yard. Meanwhile,
Oh, back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Going to complete the phone call.
in the study, you two, Gabriella and Logan, Lord Gralhund stands to his full height. You see this like human man, like kind of like pale skin, full long neck beard with like a very nice kind of like curled mustache, a small start of a goatee reaching up, but it's been shaved to break the mustache curl, so it's clean. And there's like that little small like soul patch that connects to the main beard itself. Very well trimmed man with a beautiful kind of like suit that fits his form well. Popped collar, kind of like, you know, white kind of falls about his kind of like chest itself. A big red cravat, and he turns, emptying out his the remainders of his pipe that he clearly just finished smoking into an ashtray, and this goes like, "Well, it's just most interesting that I should have the Margaster family showing interest in myself. Is this perhaps to do with that little burglary incident you had a few days ago?"
Well, it's we're certainly in need of your services. It was less of a burglary, more just the whole street just kind of went up, and we can't be having it. I'm sure you can understand.
The whole street. Where are my manners? He stands.
believe there's
He
a
gives a small
misunderstanding.
bow to you,
I'm-
Logan, and he takes Gabriella's hand, gives her a small kiss in the back of the hand, and goes like, "I was in the assumption you are Lord Margaster. I don't know
Yes,
anything of the Margaster.
I have a small business of my own that I'm one of the main proprietors of. Not far from here, actually, just around the corner.
I was going to say, I thought I would have
Venturing into
heard.
hospitality and entertainment.
But, my lord, if I may clear up this misunderstanding, Mr. Mr. Gralhund was referring to the burglary that happened at your own residence, if you recall, the Black Viper.
Yes, tragic news.
Yes, and he was referring to that when he was speaking.
Poor Ashes disappeared.
Indeed.
Yes.
So, but yes, we are in need of your services for a different reason, and my lord is sure to explain why.
Yes, the burglary, I mean, that's kind of taken care of. Mama and Papa, I'm all over it.
Oh, well, that's very good.
I
to hear.
believe it was a one-off. I'm not here about the Margaster estate. As you can...
An
obviously demonstrate
explosion
with
in a
your own-
tavern. Are you talking about what happened in Troll Skull Alley the other day?
Indeed.
That's correct, yes.
You own that new tavern. Oh, that is very true. I didn't know the
That's
Margaster family had any taverns.
The Margaster family do not. I do. I'm branching out a little. You know, the entertainment business has always been a little, you know, a flattered fancy of mine. I'm just indulging it as a little personal pleasure.
All been young once. I admire your courageousness. Clearly, it's quite booming time for your business.
Oh, that's
A polite
that
little
was,
jest.
that was a solid burn.
Indeed.
But
I liked your joke about the fire. That was
Yes. You can understand that that was mildly bad for business.
I should say so.
People tend to stay away from places which explode, and those who don't stay away from places which explode are not always the kind of people you need as your customer.
Yes, definitely. I would say, was it a targeted attack against yourselves, you believe?
Well, we're not exactly sure. We have very little to go on at the moment. It seems as though the perpetrator or perpetrators, whoever they may be, just disappeared into the wind. We don't have anything to follow up.
Very well.
That's partly the reason why I'm here. You know, we have to cover all bases. The robbery at my family's estate, well, the burglary, I should say. We are fairly sure that was a lone person acting on their own whims, and that has been taken care of. Whereas this could be anyone. It could be those awful Black Hand gang, whatever those are, that, you know,
Black Hand Gang.
whatever it is. I tend not to associate myself with them as much as I can. Or any of the others.
Fair enough
Did
indeed.
you catch my DM as well, by the way, Hannah?
I'll check it.
Signpost that.
Yep.
Oh, that is a good mustache, isn't it?
You don't detect anything with that.
Cool. Might I introduce my associate, Gabriella Duran?
A pleasure to meet you. Well,
Duran, I don't recognize that name.
No, I'm not nobility myself. I only work as a legal consultant and a financial consultant for the business of our world.
Of course. My apologies for assuming you dressed so well. I just assumed that everything else
I
a
like
servant
to
could even afford.
occasion, especially meeting high-class nobility such as yourself.
I can respect that. So
I
you
tend to try
and
to surround myself with quality in most regards. You know, up to a budget, of course.
he kind of looks at you, Logan, and like gives like quite a coy smile. And he goes like, "I didn't expect you to keep the company of such fine women." Lord Margaster, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, you know, sometimes people like us just have a magnetic personality. It's less that we keep their company and more that they're drawn to us. I'm sure you can understand.
Most definitely. That is more or less how myself and my wife met. That is the story for another time. Yala is a lovely lady. Yes, I could probably arrange some mercenaries if that's something you'd be interested in.
That'd be wonderful. We
Generally,
also-
it depends how high you're willing to go. We have two classes. One is our more elite unit. They are the ones who are going to make sure you're well looked after. 24-hour service, always on station. Usually costing about 10 gold a day per guard that you would require. There's also our more basic service. They would only be there between a set few hours of the day. Usually, you know, like if you're expecting a difficult time, like an evening, if you're running a pub or something like that, you're expecting a more rowdy in the afternoon or the evenings, as opposed to all-day service. They also don't have as much experience as the elite team, obviously, and their supplies and weaponry is their own. Whereas the elite team are provided the best that we can offer to ensure your business is well looked after. The elite team is a mere 2 gold pieces a day per guard, and the more common team are 2 silver pieces a day per guard.
If we may inquire, could we get to see the equipment that you're giving to your elite guards, so just so we can see what we're paying for?
I
No
believe
offense,
you
of
have
course.
already seen it here. Like the guard who brought you in, they are all effectively members of my own private army, which are available for hire.
They did indeed look very well armed. You have a good sense in armaments and armor, good sir.
Indeed, well, we do outsource to our own smithies and that sort of thing, so we are at an advantage in that sense.
So these are the 2 years. I think we have enough capital to take the better tier, don't we? What, my lord?
Of course, yes. And, I mean, while our primary purpose is just making sure we have a
And
presence...
I will say a rough rundown. That is a splint meal, long sword, short sword, and a heavy crossbow with a sufficient amount of ammo to deal with a small, like bandit troop, effectively, but probably 20 arrows apiece. Oh, 20 balls a piece, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be like, yes. While initially I was only considering having a presence of some kind in the vicinity of the tavern, and perhaps only the simple ones. But you're absolutely right. It's very reasonable, and for how well trained your guards are, it would seem foolish to pass it up.
And
You know,
seeing a
having
god
the
of that
elite guards.
stature with the symbol of House of Gralhund on it, it will put your patrons at ease knowing that they are in very safe hands.
Indeed, very much so.
While
Can
also
I
dissuading
insight check that?
any yeah, of course. While also dissuading any would-be ne'er-do-wells from even making an attempt. Our symbol is well renowned, at least in most circles.
I'm looking to see whether he truly believes that this will put people at ease as opposed to putting them on guard by like you know what it's like in the UK. You walk around, you see armed police, and you're like,
I don't, because all our police are armed.
well, yeah. In
I come to the UK and I'm like, they don't have guns. How are they going to protect me?
Hey, they've got a hitty stick and it's got a loop on it, and it's tell you.
But yeah, I mean, like, you think it is definitely more, what he followed up with of the whole, like, you know, a no ne'er-do-well would even think, seeing the House Gralhund like symbol, with that kind of thing, it's kind of the opinion of, like, you know like you go like a nightclub and the bouncers are notoriously cunts, like, as in, like, you know, bash people's head off doors as they open them, like that level cunts. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, you know, like, the people know that if they fuck around, they're gonna get fucked up. Like, it's like that kind of, like, it's definitely not a comforted thing. It's like I better be on my best behavior here, or I'm gonna get really, I might go home in a fucking, like, sling tonight, you know, like, I might get an arm broken or two.
Around they fucked and out they found.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so he's gonna be like, you know, that would be quite a bit. What sort of time scale are we talking? How quickly can you mobilize the troops, as they say?
Depending on the numbers you require, I could have a small group of 4 ready by tomorrow. If you're looking for larger numbers, it would take me a bit more time to wait for them to come off previous contracts, or, you know, outsource other work in that sense to acquire what you need for your time frame. And also need to know how long you're planning on running this for. If it was an indefinite thing, we would expect payments made monthly in advance. And then if you needed us, then we would end it after a month or so.
Yes, perhaps let's take 4 people, 4 of your guards for a 10-day, and see how things proceed. You must understand, we are hoping that the authorities will make some headway on
this
investigations.
Well, if the City Watch fail us, at least we can know that the mercenaries who are well paid and you know, have a good reason to help those who need it, like us nobles, they will.
Isn't that the truth? I'm sure that as the efficiency of the City Watch decreases, your popularity will only increase. You're a vital service here, my lord.
Indeed. We're hoping one day to privatize some of the City Watch itself, based on all that we've done. Make me a persuasion check, Logan. He pauses at the 10-day, goes like, that would be most acceptable. We would require, of course, if you're taking 4 for the 10-day, that would be 160 gold pieces up front, starting on the morrow morning.
That can be arranged if need be.
Of course. If you need time to, by all means, shop around. Prices, I don't believe you'll find the level of quality for that price anywhere else. But by all means, take your time, shop around. Whenever the money does arrive, I can. It will take me a good day or so to get things sorted, but I should be able to have it on the following day, the first shift organized.
Splendid. Give us 24 hours. We do have a couple of things to follow up on, but I'm sure we'll be back perhaps sometime tomorrow. Is there a particular time you'd prefer for us to call?
Tomorrow I have a few appointments, but my wife should be free most of the day. I can explain her roughly the situation. She can at least accept the payment and get a contract signed. I'll have one drafted up this evening, ready for you on the morning. just for that initial 10-day period, and if that was successful, then we could draft a longer-term one following that after.
Splendid. If there are any negotiations to be had, I'll make sure to send for an appointment with you. Otherwise, I'm sure your wife will.
Well, for the sake of the
somehow.
10-day, probably negotiations will be necessary, but for the longer period of time, of course, if you wish to... But if you do find a better price elsewhere, we will... I would say we'll match it. We know that our quality speaks for itself. I'm not here to give away things for free that aren't worthy, but if you find something that could be of a matched ability as ours, of course, I would be interested in finding out who that is, so that I may acquire them, and then we would, of course, come to a nice arrangement ourselves in that regard.
Wonderful.
Indeed, of course. It's been a pleasure, my lord, and I look forward to seeing you or your lovely wife tomorrow.
Please pass my regards on to your mother and father. They are most wonderful, and I've not
Certainly.
seen them in some time. I hope they're all well.
I've also been rather busy myself. I must pay a call back home at some point to update them on the success of the business, despite the, that's...
Gabrielle will probably check her watch. It's like, oh, sir, we should get going at some point. We still have the meeting about those nimble rights that we'll be trying to get for our tavern.
Absolutely.
And she'll try to gauge the reaction.
Make me an insight check.
Need to get across all the other way, across town. So
Yes, all the way to the ships. I can add a D4 to that.
Nice.
I'll fucking do
Nice.
it. Don't need more than that than D4. You say nimble, right? And the clear, like, little cock the ear, little, like, recognition in his face. But he doesn't comment on it.
Yes, so
Indeed. Okay, well, let's find the manservants. They've probably got lost somewhere. And let's head off, shall we?
indeed. Thank you for your time, my lord, and I wish you a good evening.
You are most welcome indeed. Seeing as my guard, Philip, has taken his time, allow me to summon one to escort you to the... And he picks up a small bell from the desk and rings it. And maybe a few seconds later, one of the guards who previously was in the Great Hall that you passed before comes through the double doors. Yes, my lord, could you please escort the lovely Lord Margaster and his work accomplice off-site, please, along with their two accompanying servants, hand servants. Of course, sir. If you want to come with me. And they begin trying to lead you guys back out towards the main doors.
We'll be compliant all the way.
They will lead you to the main doors, but they'll be like, he'll probably pause there. He'll leave you in the capable hands of the three other guards who are there, and he'll be like, I'm just going to go find your accomplices, sir. If you would mind waiting here by the fire, please have a seat if you wish. I shouldn't be too long. And he then steps out again. Meanwhile, Bosco is currently teaching the guards how to aim a fucking gun. They've all cleared like the far end of the barracks, and they're all like standing behind you, kind of like you would like an archer down range, effectively.
I'm like teaching them like you pull this trigger here, and I'm like trying to get them to line up to take a turn each, like so no one can take a turn.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I'll like throw like some like piece of wood or whatever I've got in my bag, so they can like try.
You toss it, and he like aims and like tries to fire. Gets a natural 2, like fucking like smashes some of the brick. Like you're like, oh fucking hell, what? Oh, that's a lot faster than a bow. I was trying to lead the target, like that whole kind of like the. And while that's happening, Sullivan,
Oh god.
you creep out on the yard. You've got a few seconds left of this jump spell. I assume you're going for this balcony.
Yes, I am. 100%.
You run around the corner. What is your strength score?
My strength, it is... I've got 10 on strength.
Okay.
Plus 0.
So, tripled. That means that you can high jump. High jump rolls. Addition. It's 3 plus your strength modifier, so that is going to be 8 times 3 is 24. More than enough. You leap with that spring in your step, and you land on the balcony. Make me a stealth check as you touch down on the balcony prop. I pinged you onto
Come on.
fucking
Come
no man's
on.
land there.
13. Oh my God. Oh, there you go. 2 13s.
Okay, so it's 13. You land. You're kind of like
Okay, so
waiting.
I better be quicker now. I guess there's only one way I can go, right?
There's a set of double doors in the balcony. There's no windows or anything, and the doors are ajar.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up here, and then I'm gonna have a quick peek through the door.
Perfect. Peek through.
So I think my thing is very slow for some
Oh,
reason. I
that's
don't know
fine.
why.
Something here. Nope.
Too rude.
So
Oh shit.
you peek through the door, and I don't believe there's check that's what her Braz's stats are. I know it also has stats. So you peek through the door, and you see there is wearing a breastplate, armed with a rapier, standing at the side of a noblewoman. Is this half-orc bodyguard? The noblewoman herself is wearing these lovely, like, fine robes. She's like beautiful, like kind of like brown hair that's kind of like coiled up around her head, and like beautiful braids. And she is currently talking to her bodyguard very briefly. And you kind of, they're just kind of like having a small little discussion back and forth. So as you are kind of peeking through, you see this room looking in this way. I see perceived in this area. There's like a big fireplace in the room. There's a big like bed. There's also a like shield that bears the Gralhund coat of arms. Logs stacked beneath the hearth. There's a tall mahogany wardrobe, which is all currently closed over. And yeah, she's currently discussing something with her bodyguard. And as you peek through, you see the bodyguard hears something on the balcony, and then just goes like, "Shush, my lady. I think someone's on the balcony." And he turns, and he draws his sword and begins walking towards you.
Oh shit! I'm gonna jump off. Is there any way to hide in the balcony?
There is nowhere to hide on the balcony. Your best bet would be to throw yourself over and like cling onto the railings, like out of sight.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, you move up to the railing, you throw yourself over. This guy comes out onto the balcony itself. As you kind of do so, make me a stealth check again as you try to hide in a new location.
Oh fuck! This is where I probably die, folks.
Is this the way it ends now?
22.
God, there you go.
You fall down, and like you're there, and you're just like, you're clinging with your one arm, because you're like just like you literally only have one hand at this point.
Yeah.
And you're clinging and clinging, and you're just like you're flush at the wall, and you're maybe like you're like, what? How tall is Sullivan? Like
6'3", I think.
6 foot.
Yeah,
Your
it's
foot
quite
is
tall.
maybe about like 4 foot above the main door, and as you're there holding on, the main door opens up, and you see a guard walks out of it, and he just walks along underneath you, doesn't even clock you, and you see he's walking around the pathway heading towards where Bosco is. And you hear him like just be like, "Just go get him and get them out of there," and like like just kind of muttering to himself.
Did he leave the door open?
The door downstairs, he has left it. He probably would close it after he heat the heat. So you could drop down. It would be a 14-foot drop from where you currently are. Maybe a little bit less because if you fully extended your arms, it could probably go down to like
Yeah, at
12.
this point, I'm gonna drop down, and then I'm gonna go inside the door that he came out from.
Okay. Yeah. Make me a acrobatic check to try to control your fall. You are falling 12 foot. Perfect. You land, like soften your blow elegantly, and just open the door, and you step back down into the Great Hall. You right next to Logan and Gabriella, who are kind of waiting by the door, waiting for the guard, and return with yourself and Bosco. A few moments pass. He eventually, this individual will be out and around. Bosco, as you are like, getting another shot lined up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, come on, this time!" Like the door opens, you gotta like, excuse me, do you have the servants of Lord Margaster in here? Yeah, he's here. He's just showing us something. 1 second. So if I just throw it again.
Yeah, I got one.
Natural 15. At that time, it actually smashes like the wood and it splinters everything. You're like, yeah, like from like all the guards got back and forth. Like, okay, yeah, you can have it now. Yeah, thank you so much. Give it back. That's very good. Whatever that, you should show that to your lord. You should I'm sure Lord Gralhund would have use for that with his troops. You'd learn to use that. It'd be very effective.
Well, I'll keep it remember. If I do make some more, I'll make sure you're the first one that has it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. I hope your friend's okay. I don't know where. I hope you find them okay. And Bosco, you are basically then escorted back unless you put up any fuss or muss. You were escorted back to the main great hall with your allies, who are then all grouped up together. And you were all basically escorted off the property. As you put up no fuss.
Well.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Well, that could have gone worse.
Well, I have
You,
to say, it was a very, very close one again.
Well,
Okay, why? That's what I want to know. Why? Why is it
well,
always so close? Why can't you just do your shit?
I mean, I kind of jumped in this balcony to think it would be a way in, and as long as the 15, there was this massive guy talking to a lady. And I think he must have heard me coming out, so I had to jump off the balcony.
it's
And
good. Well,
as I saw the guard coming off the door, I was like, "Oh, it's my time to sneak in before anyone comes in quickly." So I snuck it back into the house, and then I bumped into you guys.
it's
So
fair.
I didn't really have a chance to. I didn't really have a chance to sneak around.
What
the
is
property.
everyone's passive perception?
13.
10.
15.
12.
What was yours, Gabriella? 15?
15.
Okay, so Logan, you spot as you've come back out now. You spot moving around. There are 2 humanoid figures wearing black clothing on the rooftops. Kind of like, and you only clock they just literally hop from one rooftop to the other. And you see them then like shuffle up on their bellies to the crest of the roof, and they're peeking over and watching what's happening. And you just catch the glint of a spyglass in one of their hands. You see one of those. Gabriella, you'd also spot them. But Gabriella, you also spot, as you come out the main doors, straight across the road from you, there is a small manor. Has a single front door to itself. And you see there is a kind of like on the see, so you wouldn't even see the door from the side. My apologies. You see the ground floor has no windows on this side, but the 3rd story, and that is the 2nd floor, but the 3rd story, so it would be ground first is nothing, and then the 2nd story in UK terms. There's 3 windows facing this direction, and you see the place is like quite quiet, so no lights or anything lit, but you see people moving around on the inside. And like it looks like they're like peeking through like the blinds and like the drapes and things on that 3rd story, on that 2nd story, sorry.
So we have 2 people in hoods jumping across roofs towards a building.
2 people in black clothing, 2 humanoids in black clothing who are like peeking over a rooftop now, kind of keeping an eye on the estate itself. And there's also directly opposite the main entrance, on a 3-story manor house, the like top floor effectively has 3 windows that all face the entrance you guys just come out of, and you can see you're being watched from there.
I have a feeling we are being perceived.
Yes. Let's head back to the manor. I can update you 2 lost people, always getting lost, on the summary discussions for what you need to do. And, yes, I'll let you know if you can keep your jobs without debacle. Look at you walking into furniture, stupid. And he's going to go to clip Sullivan around the ear.
Okay.
Indeed, I would suggest more caution next time and upholding better workplace standards.
Excuse me, I had to entertain a room full of 12 guards.
No, no,
I did it.
you did.
That was a very menacing doorknob, guys. We didn't see that. It was horrible. It was so painful.
Sure.
Trust
It's a
you,
very
it's kind
sneaky
of a-
one.
Trust you was kind of a little knob. Listen, Bosco, good job entertaining 12 guards. I know from personal experience that's not always easy. Let's go, shall we?
Yes, we still have quite a lot for this evening.
Indeed. Off to the castle archers.
Yes.
And he's going to mumble under his breath. Gabriella, keep an eye out, and if they follow us, let us know. We may
Of actually. Yes, I'm sure they'll have wonderful food. Yes, I'll try my best. And yet she'll try to be on the lookout as they walk.
Gabriella, as you walk back towards the old familiar, you would be perceptive enough to notice that those individuals do not continue to watch you. They watch you as you go for a while, but they seem to remain in place.
And we probably turn across like, yep, I think we're in the clear for now.
do they look like any like they have any kind of allegiance to a particular group with the way that they're dressed?
The ones on the roof who you spotted, Logan, I'm going to say this. They were wearing black clothing, which from your experience would line up with the Zentarim. Generally, the Xanathar are wearing brown. So that's something that you would just know as a character thus far. But also, anyone can buy black clothing. It's not necessarily unique to them.
Yeah. But it wasn't like a certain design of the cowl or whatever.
It's not even like they have a uniform. It's more like, you know, it's normally they wear like black leather armor and that kind of thing. You couldn't tell what they're wearing from that distance because they had the sun at their back and stuff like that as they leaped over. So it was quite hard to spot. And Gabrielle, the ones you saw in the window, you could only make out there was definitely someone in there watching you, but like from where you were, like 2 floors down looking up, very difficult to perceive who was watching you. They were very, like, you just about spotted them. So you could make out much detail.
Well,
but you know, you could always like, you know, like the door for that thing wasn't on that side of the building. You could always go try to enter that building from another end. Like you could try to just go in there, you know, like that's something you could do. As a note.
I think we have more important things on our plate now. Let's just get back, get cleaned up a bit, and go for our dinner.
Perfect. Alrighty. So you guys are going to head for the Castellanter villa?
Indeed.
Are you going to drop by, get your clothing and stuff, I assume, on the way?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, drop by, pick up clothing, get changed.
Perfect. So you guys head back down to Plume's Needle, pick up your new outfits of the day, which Plume, again, doesn't charge you for beyond the 2 gold that Gabriella donated anyway. I get a cab down there.
Yep.
That's going to be 2 silver, and then it'll be another 2 silver to travel back to the Castellanter Villa for your dinner.
Gabriel will cover one of them.
I'll look at Bosco because he was chucking coin around earlier for no reason. With the gold for the flames and the copper for the tip.
And Bosco, your suit is as you wanted. It is your yellow suit. It has the symbol of the old familiar on it, which you can, I guess, describe to me what it is, because I don't think I ever described what the symbol was in the tavern. I'm imagining it's like an old, like, pseudo dragon with a little walking stick, like limping along.
It was just Google's face. Joking.
I mean, Google's face on fire would be honestly the best thing to come out of this campaign. So you know.
No. It's not meant to be on fire. It's like, you know, like do design in the middle.
Yeah, it's like surrounded by flames. Yeah, no, I get that. But the illusion would be that he'd be burning.
Out. The flames are coming out. But yeah, no. I don't realize it. I thought about that. But
you can think about that for next week, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is as described to needle. Her embroidery skills, although rushed, it is at least recognizable, and considering it was free, not much you can fucking complain about anyway. Gift horse mouth and all. But yeah, and you guys travel across town to Castle Villa with, it seems like Bosco paying for the 2 silver for the journey.
Let me see how much I've got. Can I afford that?
Have
Okay,
you?
I can.
I was gonna say, have you given away all of your money?
It's pretty close to it, Oscar.
I've got 6 silver left.
Okay.
Wow.
Seeing him open up this pouch and potentially needing to donate a third for each journey, I'll go. Have my pity. It's probably worth more than your coin purse, and I will give the first cab driver an electrum. Hopefully, get 3 silver back for change,
Yeah.
and then another 2 silver for the second journey. Oh, actually. Did
Gabriella paid for 1, so you can pay the electrum for the second, and get your 3 silver change.
Gabriel has
He actually gives you 2 silver change, and then he gives you 10 copper pieces. So you can give him a tip if you want. You know that old chestnut. Like you're like, I don't want this, so I can keep that.
I don't.
Yeah, he does. He does keep it gladly. He keeps the 10 copper gladly.
Gabriel has like 140 gold at this point.
The
He's
oldest
fine.
chick in the book.
I'll pass him one as I leave.
Okay. He takes it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bosco.
We need a word.
Bosco, you have incurred yourself, and I'm going to say is an aura of generosity. You've given enough money to cab drivers as a tip over the last few days, unnecessarily, that word has spread of your appearance. So whenever you try to hail a cab, the likelihood of getting a cab driver who you've had before is very likely, and the possibility of a slight discount may be incurred. It'll be a percentile dice roll, and on a 10% or higher, it's a cab driver who you've tipped before, and they'll return the favor in that sense. One time only. So anytime you get a cab, you can roll a D100. If you get it back, the ride's free. So anytime the next time you guys hail a cab, make sure Bosco is rolling his D100. See if he can schmooze his way.
That's cool.
Make a note of it, Bosco. Because it's not written down. I'm gonna fucking remember this shit. Write it down.
I'll homebrew a feat for you.
Yeah.
Little halfling feat.
Gabriel,
Bosco's generosity.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Alright.
And you pull up outside the Castellanter Villa, and as you do so, that is more or less 10:30, folks. I think that's probably when we're gonna have to fucking stop for today, unless people are willing to keep pushing on.
Cool.
I think that's as good a time as any.
Yeah.
Thank you for the session.
Very welcome. Thank you all for playing. Thank you for dropping
See you
by.
guys.
Hope you had fun.
Thank you.
Are we all good for next Wednesday?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Possibly. Within reason.
We should all be good
Yeah.
to go then. Spot on.
Wonderful.
Alright. Well then, we'll be back next Wednesday. Same
Yeah.
dragon time. Same
Same
dragon
dragon.
place.
We'll
Bye.